By the way, I don't mean anything.
43. That's 1-800-881-4343. Or get started at SelectQuote.com. 1-800-881-4343. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Their price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Do you know what I love about Art of Granite? Price quotes on the phone. Art of Granite supplies premier designer countertops and cabinets. A direct importer of stone, granite, and quartz. Visit their showroom in Golden. Wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets, and from the templating appointment, it takes just 1 week for installation. And when you have the kitchen done, they do the bathroom free. And they tear out everything free. Artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919. Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
Time changes everything. For me, becoming a single parent of 2 young kids changed my ability to use my timeshare. And when my annual maintenance fees nearly tripled over a 3-year period, I had to get out. I'm Brandon Reed, founder of Timeshare Exit Team. We will legally get you out of your timeshare you can't use or afford. Schedule your free consultation. If we can't get you out, we will give you a full refund.
Call 844-955-EXIT. That's 844-955-EXIT or timeshareexitteam.com.
She's such a beautiful little puppy. I mean, we walk around the block and neighbors always say, her hair is so beautiful.
Healthy and shiny and glossy. DINOVITE.com.
Fatty acids, omega-3s, and omega-6s are great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
I would really recommend people starting their puppies on Dynovite before they get into what I would call the misery index. Bad skin, bad ears, bad breath.
Because if they're getting all their vitamins, micronutrients, microbials from the beginning, then you're not going to run into the problems associated with the allergies,
grass, pollen, dust, dirt, fleas, ticks, you name it.
And the itching and shedding down the road.
Our vitamins and enzymes replace the nutrients cooked out of most commercial dog foods.
Dynovite for life.
This is Ed Lukasevic
and Cindy Lukasevic,
inviting you and your pets to Dynovite.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help! I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK is our phone number, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. You hear me say this all the time. And I am simply trying to help people. That's what I have done my entire life on radio and TV, just help people. We've recovered millions of dollars for people. Today I have, by the way, a chiropractor in, not a, but my chiropractor, Dr. Mike Hederscheit. You know we always have somebody in from the referral list just to sit in and say hi so you can get to know him as a person. So Dr. Mike, feel free to chime in on any and all things. And you know, chiropractic is interesting, especially for those not familiar with it. And I think you have two things with chiropractic. You have people who swear by it and people who think it's voodoo. So we might talk about that. Also, I want to help you any way I can. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we're going to talk about anything on your mind. Like Robin, for example, said she was found guilty or not guilty in a criminal case, but she's got a lot of debt. Whatever your problem happens to be, either we've heard about it or we know people who've heard about it or about similar things, and we have a massive data bank of doing this for more than 40 years of taking problems and getting results. We're working on Run Night right now with Doreen, 72 years old, disabled, alone, and told to move. And she simply needs help. And we don't know why they want her out of here. But, man, it's sad. Deputy Dan went out with Major Mark Major, and they videotaped something. I'll have that posted soon. And it's a sad, sad story. Basically, it's just about someone who is being displaced after 12 years. When you're a senior, when you're set in your ways, you're disabled, moving isn't good. But now with this hot market, rental properties, especially her apartment right near the swimming pool, it's at a premium. And disabled people, elderly people, young married families with kids, they're all at a serious disadvantage in Colorado. In fact, there's a mass exodus in Colorado. Even though new people are moving in, there are a lot of people, more of a working class, moving out, going to places like Idaho or Arkansas, where their dollar can go a little further. So let's talk to Robin. Robin, tell me about this criminal case. What was this criminal case, dear? What was it?
Well, I was up in Sturgis, South Dakota.
Yes.
My girlfriend and I,
yes.
We were on our way home, and I had a incident. We had a motorcycle break down 100 miles south. To make a long story short.
So you were at Sturgis. You went to Sturgis for the bike thing. You were on a bike.
Yes.
Okay.
Two bikes. One bike broke down, and we needed a part that was in Sundance, 100 miles away.
Okay.
So my girlfriend and I jumped on one bike, and we rode up to get.
And you left the other bike on the road.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so in this process, we were out of gas, so we got the part, headed back to where the bike was. We stopped at a gas station to get gas, and a lady was inconveniently parked at a gas pump for a very long time.
How did that affect you?
I was sitting behind her, and I couldn't move because I'm fully loaded on a bagged-out bagger with my girl on the back. I couldn't back up.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you couldn't get out of there.
Right.
Then what happened?
Committed to that pump, I was stuck behind the vehicle.
I get you.
So as I'm waiting, I decided that there was enough room to get up and get my card and reach the hose to my tank. In that process, a woman approached me and was verbally abusive to me on video. Everything's on a canopy.
No, hold on. You're behind a car. You couldn't get to the gas pump. The woman that was in front of you, is she the one that approached you or the one behind you?
Yes, she approached me.
There was a question here. Was it the one in front of you or someone behind you?
In front of me.
Why was she upset with you? Why was she upset with you?
Because I was attempting to get gas when she was on her way out to get gas, and she was not ready to get gas, if that makes sense.
In other words, you're saying, listen, you're holding up the line. I'm going to go ahead anyway.
Yes.
What was she doing? Buying snacks or something? She was parked at the pump. If she wasn't getting gas, what was she doing?
Inside the store with her.
So you finagled around with your pump, with the pump, so you could get gas, even though she was parked there.
Yes, sir.
I get that. Yeah. I get it. So then she got upset, thinking, "Hold your horses, buddy. I was just about to pump gas or something."
Yes.
All right, so then what happened?
Abusive.
All right, I understand, verbally abusive, blah, blah, cry, we can take it. What happened then?
Well, then I got on my bike after I got gas, and I backed out, stalling my motorcycle as I tried to take off to get over to park out of everybody's way. She apparently saw a knife on the handlebar of my motorcycle, and she had to get me in some kind of trouble, so she called 911 and reported to the Sundance Police Department that I pulled a knife on her at the pump and threatened to kill her. And I parked waiting for my girlfriend to come out of the store that was using the restroom for another 15 minutes. Got on my bike, and as we rolled out, headed west, this woman apparently was heading...
Well, she called the cops. Okay. Where was it? Why did you have a knife on the handlebars?
That knife is because when I travel, I use it to peel apples, and I use it for... It's a fillet knife. It's a very...
Okay, she saw the knife. She saw the knife and said you pulled it on her, but there was video there. Did the police arrest you?
Yes, they arrested us 45 miles away. A 911 APP went out. My girlfriend and I were detained on the side of Interstate 90, and I was arrested and said that I pulled a knife on a woman and threatened to kill her, and they saw the knife on the handlebar, the location she said it was. So they arrested me, took me back to Sundance, and I had to pay a $5,000 bond to get out of jail.
Of course.
Cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
Then what?
So I went to trial on this because the district attorney, city attorney of Sundance wouldn't let go of this.
You wouldn't, he wouldn't, okay, so he was going to prosecute no matter what. You're a biker by damn.
He was going to get a conviction out of me no matter what, even though he saw the video that I didn't do anything.
Wait, on the video, it was clear you threatened no one.
No one. There was no altercation.
Do you look like a dirty, rotten biker?
Yes.
Oh, good.
No, I don't.
No. I don't. Come on, do you have the do-rag, the leathers, all that?
I do not. I was wearing a helmet fully leathered out, and I never once took my helmet off.
Okay, so then what?
Well, then I got arrested. And,
you got trialed. You went to trial. You had to. Where do you live?
Denver, Colorado.
And you had to travel to Sundance. How many times?
Wyoming. 6 times in 8 months for a trial.
Oh my God!
The city attorney would not dismiss the charge because he realized that the lady lied, and he had to go on with representing the city of Sundance and their police department, who really admitted on stand that they did not do their job correctly.
This is terrible. So you were found. Did you have a jury?
I did, 12-man jury.
And what happened?
And they all immediately found me not guilty. 26 minutes of deliberation found me not guilty.
Of anything.
And now I'm $28,000 in financial problem.
Listen, I know this is terrible, and this happens. Your question is an obvious one. What can I do? Can I go after that person that made the accusation? By the way, you can. You can go after her civilly. Yes, you can. But you're not going. It's a very now not for attorney's fees specifically, but for the damages. You know, if a false accusation was made, you can go after them you can go after anyone for damages. That doesn't mean you're going to win. But false accusations are serious. Now, here's the problem. To be a false accusation, it means it's a false accusation. It means like she knew damn well you weren't trying to threaten her. She can simply say, I felt threatened, or I saw that knife and I swear he pulled it out and put it there after our discussion, whatever. See, Robin, what I'm trying to say is, unless it's egregious and totally, just weird. Like Joe Lazzara, our criminal defense attorney, he would say, so many times people suffer that are falsely accused, and there's nothing they can do about it. Now, I can almost assure you there's nothing you're going to do about police, unless police planted evidence and made a case against you. There could be civil penalties for that. You don't think that happened?
They had the option.
You know, but they didn't plant evidence and make a false case against you, did they?
And they never looked at the video. That 4 days later they went and pulled the video from the camera and realized I didn't do anything wrong, that this woman did make up a story and follow through.
Okay. So I don't think, I think if you go after this woman, you'd have to show she purposely deceived everyone and lied.
Maliciously.
I don't think you're going to be, and guess what, Robin? It's going to cost you another $20,000 to do that.
Is she a local lady, Robin?
Do you see where it gets? Is she a Wyoming lady?
Here's the problem. I've called the county that she lives in Washington, the state of Washington.
Yeah.
And they said, because it happened in Sundance, Wyoming, and you live in Colorado, there's 3 states involved here.
That means that's called a diversity of jurisdiction. You can go to federal court.
Right.
So Phil, guess what? Guess what, Robin? Federal court is right here in Denver.
Yeah, and I don't know how to do it because nobody wants to help me.
Hold on. No. When you say no one wants to help you, now, are you talking free or are you willing to pay?
I'm willing to pay.
Okay, I got an attorney that will help you. It'll be about a $10,000 to $15,000 retainer, and he'll take the case. I know he will because he's taken cases like this before. I don't think you'll win, but if you want an attorney to do this, I can find you an attorney right now. Mark Cranack, right now.
Here's the problem, though. I called Washington.
No, I'm asking. You said you can't get an attorney. I'll get you an attorney right now. Again, I don't make any money on this, but I know that he is all about rights and all that, and he probably would be outraged, but he's going to tell you it's going to be an uphill battle and you probably won't win. But if you give him a retainer, pay him a retainer, he'll charge against it. Why a retainer? Because attorneys work on retainers because they know that people have a tendency not to pay, especially if they don't get their way. So if you want an attorney, we'll get you one. But Robin, listen, I sympathize with you, by the way, but you're not going to get anything. You got to move on. I'm being honest with you. You got to move on.
Yeah. And
you got to.
I've been throwing that around, and people's told me the same thing.
You might want to call. Joe Lazzara also handles civil cases, 303-429-6200, and he's a criminal defense attorney. But he has handled civil cases like this for false accusations. I'm not saying he'll take the case, but he's certainly one, since he is so familiar with criminal defense and the civil side, he could probably give you some information. Joe Lazzara, we recommend him all the time, 303-429-6200, or LazzaraLegal.com. Now, Mark Kranak is just a civil attorney, and I don't mean just. He's been on my referral list, and he takes flyers, I call them. Those are cases where people just want to do something. They feel angry about it. I got to do something, and he'll take it. When people say I can't find an attorney, usually what they mean is they can't find a free attorney to do it on contingency. And the reason is because attorneys don't work on contingency for losing propositions. They will only work on contingency for personal injury where only if it's a great case. But also they won't take your case if they don't think it's a good one because they don't want to lose. But then you have others that are practical and say, look, if you pay me by the hour, I'll do as much as I can for you. So there's nothing wrong with any of those things. It's just a matter of what you want to do. That's it. Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is having this special event, and they really want people to know about it. Here's the thing. People are saying, what's the catch? There is no catch. They'll buy you dinner and make this presentation on June 19th. Time is running out, and seating is limited. So please, if you want to know about hearing loss treatments, the latest in digital technology, and you want to know about treatment for tinnitus, June 19th, a free dinner seminar for those who are interested. You'll be able to try out different technologies, and one really great thing, you'll be able to get a 2-week trial on the one that you like the best. That's Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, June 19th. Please call for information if you want to attend. There is no charge, no obligation. We just ask that you be a candidate because they're going to do hearing screenings and trial periods. 303-534-0163. These are the people that help me with my ringing and hearing loss. 303-534-0163. Can you, there's a couple of highway trouble spots. Is it hard to cut out during traffic? No. This is go ahead.
That stretch. Earlier incident northbound I-25 approaching University, clogging you up past 225. Rollover crash there on the ramp from Spear onto northbound I-25 there. Going to slow you down a bit. Fire crews are on the scene. That crash north of town on northbound I-25 at the Berthoud exit. That's been cleared off the highway. The weather forecast going to be sunny. A slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 84. Right now, a few clouds hanging out above, and it's 67 in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 KHOW.
Shop Lowe's and get great deals for Dad, like a Porter Cable 20-volt max lithium-ion combo kit, now $99. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 6/20 while supplies last. See store for details.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Let's talk about how you can help home buyers.
We have a number of programs. They're all free. Whether it's our Ideal Home Purchase Plan that is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home, whether it's our 3-week closing guarantee where we underwrite and approve your loan up front, our home buyer scouting report where you search for your next home. Every one of these tools is designed to get you as much home for your payment as possible, and more importantly, plan through this process so that we have you ready to go so that when we find the house that works for you, you can close and close quickly without overpaying.
You know, Brent, what I love is that Ideal Home Loans is a mortgage company, but helping home buyers. And in this market, we need all the help we can get. And all they have to do is log on to idealhomeloans.com. And I'm telling you, it's amazing, this home scouting report. And you even have something to help new home buyers get ready to buy. Idealhomeloans.com for your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. Also on my referral list at referralist.com.
Are your windows drafty or warping or just plain ugly? Hey, it's Ross, and I want to introduce you to DMD Window and Door. While DMD might be a new name to you, they sell and install more Pella windows, the very best name in windows, than any other certified contractor in the whole state of Colorado. Lindsay and her team will meet you at your home for your convenience, and with DMD, you'll have an unheard of 10-year installation warranty. Learn more at dmdwindowanddoor.com. That's dmdwindowanddoor.com.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just $39. A safe, complete, and predictable way to find out what's wrong. Just $39. If you have them do any of the needed repairs, that diagnostic fee is waived. The best value in heating and air. Online at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
When your house is in trouble, fix it 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
If you owe the IRS, they want their money and will do whatever it takes to get it. But truth is, they would rather settle for less than bother you more. That's why they're offering the Fresh Start program to help you solve your tax problem for good. You may qualify for a settlement that saves you thousands. Nobody knows this program better than Optima Tax Relief. They will fight to get you the best possible tax settlement. Call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief.
Sheridan Auto Tech. Good people. And isn't that what you really want in an auto repair shop? So you get what you need when you need it, and you get it done right. Kevin Calkin, the owner, is honorable and will never sell you anything you don't need. He has thousands of loyal customers, been in business more than 20 years. 303-455-7242. Or visit him in 2 convenient locations. In Lakewood on Colfax just west of Wadsworth, or in Aurora on Havana just south of 6th Avenue. Sheridan Auto Tech.
At House Modern Showroom, they do things a little differently. From the way they treat their customers to the way they spell their name, that's H-A-U-S-S. You'll notice the difference from the moment you walk into their beautiful new showroom. House Modern is your full-service, one-stop shop for all kitchen, bath, and home needs, whether it's cabinetry, countertops, flooring, or window treatments. Their talented staff of designers will help you design the perfect look. Visit their showroom on Santa Fe Drive or visit them online at HAUSSmodern.com.
Today at 1, it's Sean Hannity from Singapore, covering the summit with North Korea on 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. You know, I talked about Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, and I have Dr. Mike Hederscheit here, who's with Bright Light Chiropractic. I also want to tell you about addiction. The Raleigh House. The Raleigh House is addiction treatment, but the main hallmark right now, the thing I want to preach about, is their helpline. Now, this is not a crisis hotline. This is a line for information for people with addicts in their lives. You know, there was a saying one time with friends, what is that, where people would go if they had addicts in their lives. It was Al-Anon or something like that. And it was for people who were influenced by addicts. And the one counselor said, being close to an addict or having an addict in your circle of friends is like being tied behind a pickup truck and dragged over a bumpy road. And then they always tell you after the ride, we'll never do that again. And then the next day you're back on that ride. Having an addict in your life can drive you crazy if you love that addict. But if you have adequate information, you might be able to help them, like how to approach them or what to watch and observe for habits. How do you know if things are getting worse or better? And where do you go for treatment, and what kind of treatment is apropos? Not everyone for example, would fit with Raleigh House. These guys are not trying to make a sale. They truly want to give information on this information line. And they have referred people, for example, to the free program at Salvation Army. They've also helped people with their insurance and helped people with other things. And they have certain scholarships available for young people that couldn't afford it. But they'll answer any question you want about addiction and about anything to do with addiction. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Hey, Dr. Mike Hederscheit, brightenyourfamily.com. I love that website. I wanted to ask you something. Have you ever treated addicts? And I'm not, by the way, I'm not one of these people who think that chiropractor cures everything, and no matter what it is, go to a chiropractor. Although chiropractic helps your body respond to everything. So, in other words, if you're trying to lose weight and you're in line, I think you lose weight better. And if you're trying to exercise, you exercise better. And if you're going through cancer treatment, it'll help you stand up. I don't know. That's the way I feel. If your body's aligned and buzzing with proper energy, you're going to go through all those phases, even though they may not particularly cure a particular thing. I don't know how you feel.
Right, yeah. So
have you ever treated addicts?
Yeah, definitely. I've worked with a good amount of people that have had addiction. And there's some actual physiological basis for why chiropractic can help. As far as there's a D2 allele gene that sometimes gets turned off in about a quarter of the population. So about 1/4 of people have a predisposition to some sort of addiction.
That's right. Yeah, in fact, that was told to me by an addiction treatment center in Loveland. I love these people. Damn, I can't think of their name right now. But anyway, they said something about that there is a predisposition based on genes.
Right, yeah. So there's a predisposition based on genes, and they're finding through some more research that depending on lifestyle changes can turn that gene on or off. So somebody that's predisposed to having some sort of addiction can help overcome it by changing their lifestyle.
Cool. And that's, of course, in conjunction with other treatments and stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, Inner Balance, I believe that was the one in Fort Collins or Loveland. I love those people. Anyway, and of course with the Raleigh House. Now, Bill's got a question. Bill, what's going on with you, sir? What's happening, Bill?
My father, he passed away this past Saturday. And
I'm so sorry.
Well, actually, he's my stepfather.
Were you close to him?
Oh, yeah, very close.
Well,
he was basically my dad since I was 9 years old.
Sure. What can we do for you?
Well, he did not leave any type of will.
Does he have a sizable estate?
No, he doesn't really have a sizable estate.
Okay,
the big
Bill.
thing is we don't have any access to any of his bank accounts.
Now, Bill, is your mom gone?
Yes.
So this is your stepdad, for lack of a better word, your dad, and he died. Does he have any siblings, blood siblings?
Yes, he has one sister.
That's what I said, siblings. I meant children. Does he have children?
No natural children.
Okay. So what is his sister doing? Anything?
As far as?
The estate.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Okay, this is a question that is so complex to me. We have this all the time. David Salisbury is our expert on the referral list at referrallist.com that handles estates, wills, probate, estate planning. David, I have a quick question for you, and welcome to the show, David.
Thank you.
A quick question. Somebody dies. We hear this all the time. Who can step up and open a probate if there is property and stuff there and there's no will?
Okay. Well, if there's no will, there's no spouse, there are no children. Now we drop down, and I'm sure his parents are deceased. Now we drop down to his siblings. So most likely one of his siblings would need to step forward and...
Okay, so this guy has a sister.
...to open a probate.
So this guy has a sister, and just by the mere fact she's a sister. Now, if this guy had a son or a daughter, that they would be ahead of the sister. But what if the son or daughter did not step up? Can the sister say, I want to do it?
Absolutely. She could then step up and petition the court to open the probate.
And then, if the sister did it, can the son step in after and say, wait a minute, I want to do this?
Well, I mean, he'll get notice, and if he changes his mind and objects, he can petition the court.
Is there a hierarchy? I mean, is there a legal hierarchy?
Yes, there is. Like I said, if he had a child, his child would be the one to step forward first.
Well,
And
okay, first it's a spouse, then a child,
yes, sir.
and then a sibling.
Yes.
Okay.
What about stepchild?
Or hold on, parents. What about parents?
Well, if he had parents, yeah, they would be
Ahead of the children,
above his. No, it would be children, parents, siblings.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so in this case then, since you're on good terms, Bill.
Yes.
With the sister, well, she can do it, or she can allow you to do it.
Okay. And so then that would be like we'd have to do that to sell his vehicles and things like that?
Yes.
As I understand it, David, anytime there is a piece of property of any kind that must be transferred, a probate needs to do that unless it was done in a trust or by some other means like a beneficiary's deed.
Well, if you have an estate other than real estate, if you have an estate including bank accounts and private property, and when you add them all together, they're under $68,000, then you can do what's called open a small estate, which really is just a form that needs to be filled out and signed and notarized, and you can take that to the bank, or you can take that to...
Is it actually called a small estate?
Under the statute, yes, that would be called a small estate, and there's an affidavit that needs to be filled out and signed by somebody.
And it's not complicated?
No, it's easy, but as a stepson, unless, if he hasn't been adopted, he has no rights whatsoever unless the siblings say, hey, we want you to get everything, and that would be their choice.
Okay, and so where do we get that form?
Well, you can get it online and try to fill it out. All you have to do is Google affidavit of small estate, and it should pop up.
Okay, great.
David, we always appreciate everything you do. 720-493-3911. Thank you. John, what's going on with PayPal? John? Okay, you hold on, John, and I'm going to come back to you, okay? And then Brianna, an apartment complex, not fixing maintenance stuff. And then Joey is in the middle of a divorce. All of these hot questions will be answered right after I tell you about something fun. Century RV. Century RV, new and used RVs. Now, they have, in fact, the largest selection of Forest River in the entire country, practically. There might be a few dealerships as big as them. People come from all over, and fortunately, you can get them right here. They're on the 119 turnoff north of Denver, I-25 and Highway 119, and they have a service department there, or you can go to their Lakewood location just north of 6th Avenue, just north between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. That's CentryRV.com for new, used, and service, 303-451-1111. That's CentryRV.com, CentryRV.com.
Well, I didn't realize stepchildren did nothing.
Well, they're not related. 453-111. Anyway, is scheduling also available online?
Yep.
Right in your family?
Yep, you can schedule through brightyourfamily.com/schedule, or you can do it through the app, or you can call, or you can text me, or you can email me. A lot of ways. Are you going on there to see if it's
Well, I'm going to schedule for me. Okay. I mean, I just have been putting it off so long, and I really appreciate this call from your assistant, because it just, I used to just go to a chiropractor, and I just lost the one I wanted, the one I like. So I just need to do that, even if I don't do. But I want to do the intense. I'm a believer in getting it done. So I'm just going to put in my stuff here, see how easy it is. I do want to get that. But for me, your hours are extremely. Okay, so now if I wasn't a patient, I put in my email, it would have told me that. So now it's what does blue and red mean? Select a day. See, I don't even know what that means. So if I do this, does it say closed?
Oh, yeah. So if you select it, that's what's available. So if you click 14.
Okay, but what I mean is,
So
where's the key?
So over here.
Afternoon, morning.
Looks like it's off my.
Okay, hold on. Afternoon, morning, and then red is evening. Okay, and then okay. So afternoon. This is what's available.
Correct.
Okay, and this nothing's available on these days. Okay, I would put a little key there, but anyway. Okay, so where are we then? I can just pick something. This is the whatever day. We're on the 12th. Okay, so we're on the 12th, and then these are available. Oh, cool. So I can just go through. I'm going to start. I'm going away. I'm just going to start next week. Okay, so.
I want to see how easy it is too.
How many days a week did you say I should do? 3?
I think we have a 3 day. Okay. The front end here.
Okay. Let's see this then. Cool. So Tuesday when I get back. Busy. So I want to go there Tuesday. I probably work out. So now, where do I get email?
No, you should get a text email reminder.
And an email.
Okay, and if you get too many reminders, like that, you can just opt out.
So should I do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or keep things every day, or should I have a day in between? What's best?
Do just for the beginning, do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, and then we'll gradually get down to place.
With more than 3,000 solar projects, save on energy bills, add value to your
I
home.
like this late afternoon. I didn't realize that is
For a free solar efficiency analysis, 720-449-2935. 720-449-2935. You'll know whether it makes sense or not.
The challenge is too, when I open up my hours, if I open them up for like a couple people, that's just a can of worms that happens. So 99% of people can fit within my hours.
You really can't do that. Yeah, that's for sure.
And really, it comes down to my family time. I try to make sure I can see them on the weekends a little bit.
When people on weekends?
No, I don't. I see my family on the weekends.
Okay, right.
No, I'm working all day, every day. I gotta have at least a day with my daughter.
In your home if you pass away. And they change so that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it.
Well, I get emails now.
You should get an email now. You should. If you don't, let me know. And you should get one a day before. And then you should also get one about an hour before. You don't get one for any reason, let me know. I could send you. What you can do if you don't get one is I can go on my health record and just find where you're scheduled and just send you one email with all of them out so you can see them all. Or have my assistant look for you.
Azure, and Google Cloud. We're in the cloud generation now, so your firewalls have to be engineered to fit right in. Reclaim your cloud network. Try a Barracuda Cloud Generation Network or application.
Addiction is a whole nother thing. When it comes to
need a new roof? Get the best. Excel Roof.
Health in general. A lot of things.
Stock stations online at jhout.com.
The guy that created the technique I use was a police officer before. He was a chiropractor.
Tom Martino here. Saving money, buy and build.net, 4800 Washington Street. Man, they are having really great stuff this remodeling season, spring and summer. And man, they're just going crazy. Busy. If you go there, you'll see why. Plumbing fixtures are pennies on the dollar compared to even big boxes. And the electrical lighting fixtures, some of these lights you see for like $1,200, you can buy there for $120. He had one thing we bought for $60 that was like $900 at a lighting store, a very popular lighting store. You got to check him out. And it's all first. There's no seconds or imperfection. You know, this is all regular stuff. He buys big lots of this stuff. Floor coverings, cabinets, you know, like hardwoods and laminates and granite and cabinets. Really beautiful stuff. Or just builder grade, whatever you want. Buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. Big Ugly Warehouse, as I joke, like the Big Ugly owner. 303-713-TALK. Okay, so let's go to the phones now. And I guess she hung up, huh? She just got disconnected. So, Brianna, what's going on with you, Brianna?
So basically, I live at the Forest Cove Apartments in Denver, Colorado.
Yes.
My AC went out on Friday, and I reported it to the management at the complex. They told me that the earliest they could have someone out to look at it would be Monday, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's 96 degrees high all weekend. My apartment got all the way up to 98 degrees.
Oh, man, I can't imagine. So,
Yeah. And I have a 10-month-old baby, so
Yeah.
like it makes it even worse. You
so
know?
where are we now? Where are we right now with this problem?
So yesterday, someone came out just to leave a note on the door to say that they were unable to resolve the issue, so that we would have to wait for a third-party contractor to come out. And I called leasing office back to ask a time frame on that, and they told me Friday at the earliest.
Do you know what?
So
Here's
now
what
we're
sucks
going on
about this,
10 days.
Brianna. Here's what sucks. I'm just going to tell it like it is, and I hope we can find a way around it. But here's what sucks. First and foremost, you have to have, in order to make them do anything, there has to be a habitability issue. One would argue this is habitability, but really it's not. It's not covered as a habitability issue. Heating is, and oddly enough, heating is, bug infestation, safety. Maybe we could call it unsafe. I don't know. But without getting into that long discussion, I do not believe, this is my personal opinion, it's strong enough to make a habitability issue. And here's the problem. Even if it was a habitability issue, there's only two choices. One, you compel the landlord to do it because the landlord knows they have to do it and eventually will have to do it. But in this rental market, they won't do it most likely because they figured, leave, I'll get someone else. So then becomes the eviction, which is the constructive eviction. You make the claim that because it's unsafe or unhealthy or he violated laws of habitability, basic laws, not laws, but standards of habitability, therefore you're evicting yourself, you fight to get your deposit and all that back. That's best case scenario if they don't fix it. Then you get out and get your money back. But in this market, trying to find another place is a nightmare. So then we have another issue, and that is take him to court or something, like small claims court or something like that. By the time you get all this stuff going, it's like they either fix it, and it might be 3 or 4 weeks, but they either fix it so that it's a moot point at that time, or it goes away. The problem just goes away because it gets cooler on its own. So, Brianna, these kinds of things right now is an immediate need. We can call this place if you want right now, but and they may either care and say, okay, we'll get right on it. We don't know if they really will, or they may just say, screw you. You know, this is our place. You can't tell us what to do. So what I need to know is I need to get an idea of who we're dealing with. Is this like a pretty decent place, you think, that wants to address it, or are they just trying to get by? They're just trying to get as much rent as possible with as little effort as possible. Is that the kind of place we're talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely
Why did you pick this
place?
Why did you pick this place?
Unfortunately, I didn't know anything about it until moving in, and at that point it was already too late.
Okay, so the question is what to do. They say now they're going to get, the latest you heard was they're going to get to it when?
Friday.
Okay. So, what do we do? There's not much we can do before that. I mean, it's the day after tomorrow, right? I mean, we're all talking about, well, not really, but it's 2 days from now, 3 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Suzanne, what do you think? I mean, if we call the people, it might help, but do you think it's going to get them there before?
Might make our situation worse.
Well,
Tom, they get irritated with people like that.
But we could say we got complaints about AC. Is it just AC in your unit? Hello?
Oh, dear.
See, she didn't want to hear the truth of the matter, and that is there's not much we can do. Now, I shouldn't say we're not successful because, Brianna, if you're still listening, we are successful many times just shining a light, just talking about it. You hear someone and they say, wait a minute. One of the owners or somebody says, you better get on this. We have often been successful in simply pressuring people. Joe has a comment for Brianna, and then Tim does too. What is your comment, Joe?
Tom, a $100 solution for it. Go down to Home Depot, buy a $300 window unit, put it in. At the end of the week, put it on Craigslist and sell it for $200, or offer to sell it back to be apartment complex, maybe negotiate ahead of time.
Can you really get Can you get a window unit really for $300?
Absolutely, Tom. In fact, I just bought a huge, massive 1-ton unit for $400.
Really? Wow. You know, that is not a bad solution, but a lot of people are not in the position where they can spend that. Tim, what is your comment?
If you go to Home Depot and spend $30 on material, you can make a YouTube. On YouTube, they have a video on how to make a bucket cooler that uses
Wait
ice
a minute.
and a fan.
I want to hear about this. A bucket cooler.
Yeah, essentially like those Home Depot orange buckets with a top on it.
Yeah.
And you can fill it with ice, and the condensation comes out as it melts and uses the fan, and it blows out.
So you put the fan where? Where do you put the fan? On top of it?
Yeah, on top of it. It blows down into the bucket and then blows through the ice and then blows the cold air out. $30. You got to be a little bit handy.
No, I know. And this is kind of fun. A bucket cooler, like
yeah, just YouTube it. Or,
okay,
go on YouTube and look it up.
Isn't that cool? What you can find on YouTube? It's crazy. It's just craziness. All right, so you want to make a bucket cooler? You just found out how. And of course, if you're faced with heat, you know, good windows keep heat out or keep heat in. How do they know what to do? Well, it's simply a matter of, seriously, if you have heat inside, it will reflect it back in. If you have heat outside, it will reflect it back out. So that's really what's happening. It's a wonderful window. You know, the glass technology has come so far, and K&H always makes sure they're at the forefront with the very best. And right now, they have triple pane windows. Now, that's an upgrade usually, but during the special summer sale, they're doing a free upgrade. So if you get normal windows and put in an order, you're going to get a free upgrade to triple pane glass plus another 25% off. That's K&H Home Solutions. I've known these guys the entire time I've been in Colorado. They've been in business 62 years. The new owner took over like 30-some years ago. Ted, I know Ted. I knew the original owner. You can trust these guys, 303-421-7100. The website to make your own appointment, khwindows.com.
I'm sure you can make a homemade swamp cooler too. Yeah. By a bucket of water with a filter that suck it up and blow through there.
So you have to keep putting ice in for the
on that bucket cooler, absolutely.
You keep pouring ice in.
It sounds pretty cool, really.
But you could do it like a swamp cooler if you just had a filter that would suck up water and blow the fan through that. That's evaporation. That's like a swamp cooler.
Yeah, evaporation is just cool air. It cools the air when it evaporates.
Like a swamp cooler, it works good in this dry humidity.
Yeah, swamp coolers work really good, but they can only do so many degrees of a temperature drop.
If you got dry ice in there, would it? You just fit it in there.
You know, dry ice would work.
Could that work?
Would absolutely work.
Like I said, it'd be harder to get though than regular ice.
Does dry ice last longer?
It's just colder. Well, it's got more negative BTUs to it, so you'd be able to.
I wonder. And dry ice is dioxide?
Yep, CO2. It wouldn't be enough to. You have to be a pretty small area that would screw you up. Yeah. But yeah, there's some. I wonder if she even had a fan.
Some people deal with that all day.
No, I feel
where they're stuck in a three-story building in a little with no air conditioning at all. It's 90 degrees.
You know, nowadays air conditioning, people have less tolerance. Like
yes, absolutely.
Air conditioning was a luxury when I was growing up. Not everyone had air conditioning. I know that just a few people had it, or we would go to stores.
Yeah. And
when you walked into a store, you went,
just go to the store for the air conditioners.
You see some people, they'll cool it in the summer down to 68, and then they'll keep their house at 72 in the wintertime. You know, they want it just like... But if it was 90, what she said, 96 or 98, that's pretty hot.
Or hundreds of thousands. Call now for your free tax consultation.
But she just hung up.
We may even be able to.
A lot of times people, they don't want to hear what they want.
They're like not hearing what they want. They just hang up on it.
The apartment should take care of it. But like I say, She did buy it. I'd buy it. That's why I'd have bought a window air conditioner. Grant's $300, but it's there in case it breaks down again.
Well, you can keep it too.
Yeah.
If you have a price to it, yeah.
Right.
When working at a
Versus, like I say, a lot of people
Or just get a window fan, a box fan, and just deal with it.
Yeah. And like I say, you could hold like a wet towel over there. That's a lot small swamp cooler type. You've seen swamp coolers, right?
Yeah, are they the?
They're usually like up
on the roof. Usually.
And they just have a thing in there, but it's got usually a water in it. It just sucks up water.
Okay.
Blows a fan through there, and then puts that down in there.
Okay.
So you use just evaporation from there.
Works pretty well.
And dry, but it can only drop so many degrees. Gotcha. Okay. If you're humid out, it won't work at all. Yeah, I'm sure.
So Ross Kaminsky's off for a week, man.
Yeah, he's going to.
I'm taking off Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So.
Yeah, he's going to. Where's it? Just where Trump was at. Where was it? With Kim Jong-un and Trump, where were they at?
Singapore.
That's where he's going. Ross is going there.
You know, that was a pretty amazing summit, but of course, for sure, Pelosi came out and said we gave away a lot for nothing.
Yeah, they haven't given away anything.
No assurances. I don't know what consent. I guess we relaxed some kinds of sanctions. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No. There was one other. No, ceased military operations with South Korea.
I tell you, the Democrats on that, like they said, some guy, he could be shitting $1,000 bills to everybody, and they would say, how come it's not a $10,000 bill? I mean, they don't give them. And then if you look at the Iran deal, holy cow.
Sponsored by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, the Colorado Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Ross Kaminsky, morning.
Plus, it's midterm elections; they can't get any credit.
I imagine by the time I get to Singapore, Donald Trump will have left. But if not, I promise I'll report back. John Caldera is in for me while I'm on vacation. So enjoy, John, and I'll talk to you soon.
I used to think that this was my time.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Centeno Schultz offers stem cell therapy, the real kind. You often hear me say, stay away from these chiropractors that are bringing in amniotic fluid and calling it stem cell therapy. You know, it's really bad news, but unfortunately, they're the biggest offenders. Right now, around the country, attorneys general are basically shutting them down, and so is the FDA. So you might want to watch out for that. If you're looking for stem cell therapy, please go to the MDs who harvest living stem cells at the office from you and then redeliver them with imagery at the time of the injection. And go to doctors that have true alternatives, because most people are not candidates for stem cell. That's the truth. And Centeno Schultz will tell you the truth. Now, if you are a candidate, all well and good. If not, they have other therapies. Centeno Schultz, okay? That is the original clinic right here in Broomfield that started stem cell therapy years ago. Well, they didn't start it. That started using it in a clinical setting. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Their affiliated clinics are also known as Regenex. Hey, Dr. Hederscheit, chiropractor. Of course, you're not one of these chiropractors that profess to do stem cell therapy. Have you ever looked into stem cell therapy, though? I mean, real stem cell therapy. Isn't it amazing when it does work?
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things about it. The real thing, though.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Now, when you do chiropractic, can chiropractic adjustments stimulate any kind of growth in tissue or tendons, or does it, other than removing pressure from nerves and tendons, you know, the adjustments align your body, there's a lot more going on, though.
Right, yeah. As far as actual stimulation of growth, I'm not sure what the research says on that exactly, but you know, any time that you can kind of improve the way that the brain's talking to the body, you're going to get some sort of response to it. That's
it's improving circulation and improving nerve transmission, right?
Correct,
Isn't that the bottom line?
Yeah, that's a big part of it for sure.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, now, we want to help as many people as possible. Let me get this. Joey, talk about this divorce. What's going on, brother? Joey.
Yes.
What's going on with divorce?
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm going through the process of a divorce right now.
I feel sorry for you.
One question, my soon-to-be ex-wife, come to find out that she has been using a stolen Social Security number this whole time, and I wasn't aware of it.
How is that affecting you?
I just don't want no recourse on me.
I don't know how it can affect you. I mean, how did you come to find this out?
During tax season, her W-2 came in the mail, and, I looked at it, and I was like, wait a sec, like, she came here under a tourist visa, and we were in the process last year for her immigration papers, so she has no actual Social Security number, no nothing. So, I just want to cover my end, make sure nothing...
Yeah. Where did she come from? Where is she coming from?
Costa Rica.
Okay. Do you have children?
No.
Good. Good with her. No children.
And is that something like...
Yeah, I mean, you can report it. You can report it.
I've heard mixed things from different lawyers.
Mixed things like what?
Some of them say, yes, go report it, do the right thing, and others of them said, because you're in the process of a divorce, that might look bad on you. Well, yeah, it looks
like sour grapes, but so what? I mean, you can report it, and you don't have to report it, but look bad on you. It's not going to affect you one way or the other. It's not like a judge is going to say, well, you turned in your wife for a stolen Social Security. I'm not going to take kindly to that. I don't think it'll affect you one way or the other in the divorce, but it does look a little like sour grapes or like you're out to get her. But if she truly used a stolen card, why not report it to Social Security? I think that's the right thing to do. I mean, I would, if, not just to get her in trouble, but I wouldn't want to be attached to it in any way. We got more coming right up.
Affordable interest mortgage. When you meet professionals like Mike Genova, he's been with AIM for 8 years. Mike will talk to you, listen to you, and find you the loan that benefits you with the lowest rate. Or Heather Sensei, AIM's head processor. Heather has been with AIM for 10 years. She knows what it takes to get your loan processed and approved quickly. You will not find a more professional, experienced processor. Take AIM, 720-895-0500, and let our staff help you with this mortgage. Then we have Diana Watansky, our office manager. She's been with AIM since the start in 2001. Whether you call or come in, she will make you feel like family. Many say she would make friends with a blade of grass. If you really want to be treated with respect and get the loan that benefits you with the lowest rates, take AIM, 720-895-0500. At AIM,
which is really something I think to follow emails, but not just the warning, but I think that, hey, you've just made an appointment here is something that you put on there.
You can get anything?
It's Denver's Talk Station, 630 K-House, an iHeart radio station with Russ Kaminsky.
I gotta tell you something, it's amazing how much I can get as far as simplicity. They want, I'm telling you, it's almost like dealing everybody's ADD.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll shoot you an email with all that, so you have it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's fine if you could, that's great, but I know I made them.
Just helping people here. People are hard to help.
Just, yeah.
They just want to dump it.
Yeah.
And then, okay, what are you doing for me?
No, I mean, they don't even like any homework with you.
Yeah.
They don't want to know that they could have done anything wrong at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or even so, if they need to go do this and stuff, they go, oh,
can you do it for me?
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah, really goatee.
Yeah. Clean. I forgot I did that. Yeah,
You forgot. It'll grow back.
Yeah, if I wanted to. It aged me a bit. Because it's all gray.
I mean, look at my beard.
What's that?
I said, look at my beard. It's got.
I don't.
I've grown. I've grown this length. I'm going actually for Father's Day as a gift for my wife.
Oh, really?
This week to get it trimmed up because
Like trimmed like close.
I kind of.
I think it looked really good trimmed. I mean, I think
just kind of looked like trimmed up.
Oh yeah, I think it would look good.
Yeah. Like your picture on your website?
Yeah. That's how you had it for the longest time. This has been about 10 months that I've let it kind of grow.
You just didn't care or what? You just wanted to have fun?
Well, it's the only time I could ever really. I just decided I could do it, so why not? Yeah. I think it's time though to trim it up, especially with these 90-degree days we've had.
There you go.
Then go to the barber shop and have them just do it the right way, so I don't mess it up.
Yeah, I didn't recognize you after looking at your first. I mean, you're very short.
Yeah,
you know,
just
your
like
picture in there.
Yeah, people are like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
Policies only cover a year's salary, not enough to pay off mortgages or send kids to college, the things life insurance is meant for. That's where SelectQuote comes in. SelectQuote is your personal life insurance guide. They get multiple quotes.
I bet you get slower in the summertime, huh? People are out and about, or you see more like people get injuries and stuff, or they.
It's kind of a. It really depends on. I think what I'm doing too.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's always people that. There's always going to be fluctuation, but I think it's. My thing is like small consistency over the course of every single, a little bit every day that I'm doing. So I don't really see too much kind of the people. But yeah, people will leave town for like big vacations for Christmas, like that whole week. Nothing. Just people are gone. Yeah. And 4th of July is coming up, so people are going to be kind of.
Right.
I'll probably close that day, and then but yeah, people go out of town, so I see kind of those little kind of fluctuations. But really, people that leave town, and there's people that come into town, and then there's yeah. So.
And then the people are out doing something, they strain their back.
Right. Yeah.
So they have other.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still got to make it over there.
Yeah, you gotta come in and check it out. So I'm doing a deal for everybody today. When I get a chance, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Yeah, tell them what the screen.
I think it's on the sheet there.
Okay.
But it's gonna be.
Not on this one. You just put your. But if you want to write it down, you might want to.
Oh, it's on the other. Here's another one over there.
Okay.
But what I'm gonna do is a deal for today, tomorrow, and Thursday, just for screaming. Screaming. Everyone's screaming about it. Ice cream. Ice cream. For you guys, for your listeners, I want to do full evaluation, range of motion testing, thermography scan, and X-ray. $21.
Holy cow! Sign me up.
Just for the next 3 days. That's it.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Screaming deal. Yeah.
Versus 50.
Versus 50. Yeah.
Can they register online for a .5?
They can. New people can do online. I just had one come in last night online. That heard you from your show. Yeah. New people can go online. They can email me. They can Facebook me. They can Instagram me. They can call me. They can text me. There's a lot of ways that they can schedule.
Oh, that's going to definitely push me.
There you go. Limited availability. So there's the extra whole piece.
Sure. Like I said,
yeah, we're open pretty late, so we do the 3 to 6 spot Monday through Thursday.
And you're right down off of County Line, right?
Yep, University County Line. There's that Chili's that burned down across University. Yeah, so across University there's a Chili's that they just rebuilt it.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of the landmark it's become over there. But there's an Olive Garden, a Taste of Philly.
Okay.
Right there. They just redid that whole shopping center.
Okay.
It's 10, 15 minutes from here, maybe?
Yeah, I live right on 470 there, so it's really close.
Oh, it's really close for you.
Good.
If you're coming
Glad you came in today.
Yeah. That's why I'm here. Just to talk to you.
So there you go.
Why is it the federal government's job to look at e-cigarettes and tell us about their safety, about their benefits, about whether or not they actually promote smoking cessation? As long as the e-cigarette
what do you think? Is the e-cigarette a commercial that you guys have for it? Okay, just hear it.
Ross is, I think you got somebody must have been complaining about it and stuff. Apparently, over there, what was it? What's the name of the town that they're in with
The Troubleshooter Show.
No, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Pro Auto Care, your car nanny. If you need car service, maintenance, and repairs, Pro Auto Care. Hey, if you're just tuning in, you're wondering what's this all about. We help people. That's what we do. Help, help, help. For 40 years, listening to problems, questions, complaints, and having fun as well. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And over the years, all my experiences has led me, about 25 years ago or more, to start referralist.com. It's up and running, and I urge you to report any bugs you find, especially members. We have it up and running. It's faster. It's better. It's beautiful. Referralist.com. Also, we are here to help you, no matter who you are, directly or indirectly, by giving information or getting right down and dirty with you. We do it. We do it. And we love what we do. So please put us to the test, okay? And Pro Auto Care has 2 locations, near Evans on I-25 and near Bowles in Santa Fe. You can find out what special she's running for Martino listeners by simply going to 303proauto.com/troubleshooter, I believe that is. Or actually, you just click on my picture. It's 303proauto.com, and that's the phone number as well. He's been in business more than 25 years helping people. Now his son is getting in the biz. He's an ASE certified mechanic now, working with Al. It's a wonderful place. And 2 locations, 303 Pro Auto. Okay, so, the big thing, roadside assistance in between all repairs. So when you're part of their family, you never have to be stranded anywhere. Let's talk to Todd. Todd, what do you got going on, Todd?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I just wanted to give a shout-out to Black Widow Exterminator.
Man, I've known those guys for so long.
Well, we live in Fort Collins, and sometimes we get a case of bed bugs.
Bed bugs. Oh, and, the worst.
Yeah, nasty suckers, aren't
they? Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
So we were looking at a heat treatment, but very expensive. We called Black Widow off your referral list, and they recommended the product, and has worked wonders.
Oh, they're good. They're good people. They are really
good. They didn't charge us for the recommendation. They just told us what they use, and we bought it off Amazon, and boom, we're good now. So I just thought I'd give them a shout out and say thanks. And
good. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting us know, man. I love hearing about that. We also, speaking of referrals, have Dr. Mike Hederscheit in with us from Bright Light Chiropractic. He'll be chiming in. Andy, what's happening? Andy?
Hello?
Hey, Andy, what's going on?
Hey, good to talk to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm buying a home. I'm currently renting a home, and the owner is selling. And we have agreed on a price.
Okay.
So there's no buyer, there's no seller.
Right. You just need you need a transaction broker.
Well, do I need a transaction broker?
No, you don't. You don't need one. If you're smart, you don't. I mean, I don't mean that. If you're experienced like I am, you don't need one, although I still use one because I don't have the time to go over everything. But a good title company, they don't represent you, keep that in mind, but a good title company makes sure all the documents are in order. But you can get, if you already have everything, a transaction broker, like Frank Duran, the real estate man, he's so busy, actually, he may not do it, but he would refer you or maybe have one of his people do it, and it wouldn't cost you a lot of money. It really wouldn't. Or an attorney. What's that?
Don't they charge a percentage?
Oh, no, they would under normal circumstances, but as a transaction broker, they wouldn't. I mean, I guess they could, but that would be ridiculous. And if it is a percentage, it would have to be very small. What I'm thinking $500 to $1,000, and either that or an attorney, which would be about the same. Again, Andy, you don't need them if you know what you're doing. But truly, I will tell you this. For example, Frank Duran, the real estate man, he knows the documents. He knows what needs to be done on both sides. He wants to make sure things don't blow up and things that you may not encounter with title. Even though the title company does the insurance policy, they don't actually go through it and look at the exceptions. And Frank will go one step further and look at taxing districts and all kinds of stuff for what might be hidden assessments in the future, just little things. But you don't need him. But if you're ever going to do a transaction, you couldn't find anyone better. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Now, attorneys are good for transactions only for contract work, they really don't necessarily have a way of structuring deals or that. Now, are you going to get a loan?
Yes.
Okay, just so you know, lenders like when you have a broker involved to make sure it's done right. They don't require it, but a do-it-yourself deal makes them nervous, and it could take a little longer if you have to if you don't submit everything the right way. How much are you buying this for?
$411.
$411. You know, I would think that you could get some. I mean, I personally wouldn't pay more than, you know, if all they're going to do is documents and all of that, and they're going to.
All I want is someone to look at this stuff and make sure, you know, that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and that, you know, things are done.
Now remember, a transaction broker represents the transaction. And if you want to hire an attorney just for you, that might be wiser, depending on the situation. But I don't think, Andy, I would do it alone. I just wouldn't. I would depend on someone. Now, oddly enough, in the state of Colorado, real estate brokers, if you look at the statute, actually have a limited practice of law regarding real estate transactions. It's called a limited practice of law. Even that may sound crazy, but it's true. Only for real estate transactions. And a good one will just keep things neat. But remember, if it's a transaction broker, they're going to represent both. You could also call Frank and say, Frank, I have a place I want to buy, and you don't have to do anything, but I don't want you to be a transaction broker. I want you to represent me as a buying broker, and then you negotiate a fee. Again, I would never pay a normal fee ever in your situation, and no good real estate person would charge it either. You know, they would just sit in, and what you need to do, Andy, is really figure out what it is that you're unsure about. But for example, improvement surveys, just little things that you may not know about that this guy does because he's been there a while, or he may not even know. We have had cases where Frank Duran will have an improvement survey and say, did you know that this is encroaching on the property? Now, you may say, what's the big deal? Well, it can be a big deal. Anyway, Frank Duran, if you're interested, 303-920-1622, 920-1622, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And again, real estate attorneys. Suzanne, if he just wanted someone, they want someone to strictly look at contracts and documents, what real estate attorneys do we have that can do that?
Is Mark Cranack a real estate attorney?
Mark can look at documents, too. He can also.
And
Brandon Siglian's good guy. And we have some good general. John, he's been with me for years. John, damn, I can't think of his name. I'm going crazy here. You know, I'm saying John. It sounds common, but if you look for our attorneys, you know, he does some employment law, Suzanne. He's been with us for years, and he's going to be insulted. I can't remember his last name. Trust me, it's a senior moment. I need more circulation to my brain, Doc. Anyway, so let's talk to Susan. She says that Brakes Plus ruined her vehicle. What's going on, Susan?
I took my vehicle in to get an oil change and to get Freon in the air conditioning. When I drove it the very next day, the undercarriage fell off. Part of it fell off on the highway, actually.
So what happened first? What did you take it to Brakes Plus for to begin with?
For an oil change.
Just an oil change.
And for Freon to be put in the air conditioner.
Okay, and then what happened that you're attributing to them or blaming them for?
I was driving the day after. I was driving on the highway, and the whole under the plastic from under the vehicle.
Yeah.
Fell.
But is it something that they touched?
They didn't put it on correctly afterwards.
Well, why
they did the oil change?
Why did they have to remove it?
For the oil change, they had to remove that bottom portion.
Okay, it's like is it a spoiler?
It covers and protects the under.
Oh, it's a skid plate. Okay, gotcha. Flat. It's flat, and it kind of, or just a little curved, and it goes up underneath the oil pan.
Correct.
Okay, and it fell off. Gotcha. Now I understand exactly why you would say it's their fault, and I would agree with you. So, did it break?
Actually, part of it was lodged in between my tire and in my engine area. It got thrown up in that way.
Tell me about your car. Is it really old, new, in between? What is it?
It's 2006.
Okay.
So it is pretty old.
Well, it's not that bad. I mean, so how many miles on it?
Oh, really?
The reason I'm asking is because it depends on what kind of damages you have. No matter what, they're responsible, but they're not necessarily responsible to buy you something new. But certainly at a salvage yard, these skid plates, by the way, aren't even that important. What do you want? Let's put it that way, Susan. What do you want?
There's additional problems from
Did you say it ruined your car completely?
It ruined it completely.
Now wait, how does a plastic skid plate coming off the bottom of a car completely take out your vehicle? Really?
Okay, part of it got stuck in the tire. Between the tires.
Then what?
And in the engine area.
Then what?
Up in the front end of the car.
And what did it do?
And so I drove into the opposite end of town, Brake Plus, and I says, I can't drive this. It's not drivable.
Why wasn't it drivable? You could not steer?
You couldn't steer because of the wheels, because it's lodged in between the...
So you just barely got to that place?
Correct. So he went ahead and he pulled it out.
Good.
And he says, okay. He says, you should be fine.
Okay.
A couple days later, and it still sounded funny. So a couple days later, I'm on Pueblo Boulevard. I'm from Pueblo.
Yes.
And so I was on the boulevard going to work. I had a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And steam started coming out.
What came out? Steam?
So I...
Susan, without going through the entire story, what happened to the vehicle? What's wrong with your vehicle? When steam came out, what did it turn out to be?
Well, it was the radiator.
Okay, now how did this skid plate damage the radiator?
It threw everything up into the
engine, and did it puncture your radiator?
Apparently it did.
Okay, then what happened?
So they replaced the radiator.
Well, I'm glad that they're at least doing something. Hold on, let's get to this story. So far, I'm hearing that they took some responsibility. They pulled it out of the wheel well and they replaced the radiator. But I need to get to where it ruined your car, because you're not going to like what I have to say, I don't believe. And this is where the concept of depreciation and betterment confuses people, sometimes makes them very angry. But Susan, I urge you to hang on and listen to me, because you're not going to do any good being armed with false information. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Cam Solar is a solar company you can trust. They're in the Denver market from Texas. They have 3,000 systems currently in operation in Texas. They're just putting in some new ones here in Colorado. Thanks to our advertising campaign, people are taking advantage of their 20-year parts guarantee, their 20-year performance guarantee. They'll tell you how much energy will be generated, and they do all that in a 20-minute calculation. So if you go on their website and fill out the information, they have special software that can see your roof line and your solar radiation right from their maps, and they have an algorithm that can calculate the efficiency of a solar system so you can make wise decisions. I mean, they're going to be straight with you if it's a good idea or not. And then you decide what to do, and you buy these systems with zero out of pocket, because you get federal tax credits, you get utility company rebates, and low-cost financing, all set up through Cam Solar. Now, all you have to do is go right now to the website. You don't have to talk to anyone. Fill out the form, and within 20 minutes, you will get this survey of your lot. It is gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. And when you own the system, it doesn't complicate things when you go to sell your house. That's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter.
because they replace the air, the radiator. I guess they just put some plastic puncture in it. Or just block the airflow, and that's why. So you're talking about e-cigarettes. In Singapore, they don't allow e-cigarettes.
Okay. Why?
I don't know, but they allow smoking in designated areas.
E-cigarettes.
Yeah, but not e-cigarettes. Going over all the stuff. You can't.
Why is that? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Don't know. But you can't spit gum on it. It's a big deal if you spit gum on the street there too.
Okay. Is that where you can get lashed?
Yeah. Was that where that guy got lashed and stuff? That kid up there? But I mean, that's a big deal. He said
in Singapore he got lashed.
That's where it was. Okay. Yep. That was like bloody. 15 years ago and stuff as a kid. Was it? Is it yeah. No, I remember that.
They still do that.
Do they still? As they should. We should bring it in.
And it's like nasty. And they give you so many lashes. What did he have? 10 or something?
I remember that. It's with a kind of story. Wasn't that about 15 years ago and stuff like that?
And it was for shoplifting, wasn't it?
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
Oh no. Graffiti or something. It was some defacing, I believe. I believe it was. Because if it was I think they cut your hand off for that. Or something like that.
Caning is what they call it.
Oh, that's right. Caning.
Hi, this is Carlin.
Brent Ivinson isn't answering me, so I don't know if we at this point we just...
When did he say it was going to be?
Is this possible? Yes.
Well, I just text him every morning. Usually it's around noon, but...
It's not a bad idea for us to do it, you know.
Yeah. I think I'll just tell him we're going to do it ourselves this time.
Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
It looks like they throw it on if you're raped, drug trafficking, illegal money, but also can be like robbery, gang robbery. It doesn't say spitting gum on that. Vandalism. That's what I think. It was vandalism, if I remember right.
For like defacing.
Yeah.
Strategically delivered with guided injections. Only MDs deliver the injections.
Which is the last time you
More
did it.
experience than any other provider in the country. Why would you go to a clinic with no MDs at all? Centennial Schultz can help you with painful joints, knees, back, shoulders, hands. They can repair ACL tears with a needle instead of a knife. Before you have surgery, consult Centennial Schultz at 303-963-9201. Explore your options at a true medical regenerative.
I mean, there were people throwing prison marijuana over there. Not in Singapore necessarily, but overseas. Do you remember that movie that was made about that Turkish prison that guy was thrown into for marijuana? The American shit, it wasn't that much marijuana either.
Including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits. Subject to change. Reservation.com. Eligibility exceptions apply. See official for control rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
Our Ideal Home Purchase Plan that is an all-encompassing roadmap of
$21 for a full evaluation. That's weird.
Probably should wait before that.
What's that? Oh, you'll
Dan, have you ever been to a chiropractor?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, the chiropractor that I normally go to is right down there off of County Line and University, right over in that.
Is it 100%?
The new business.
Is it
100% chiropractic?
No.
There's Broadway and County Line, and there's...
You're right, it's Broadway.
Is it Broadway called County Line Chiropractic?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
He's a good guy, he's a bald guy.
I've heard good things about him. Yeah.
So go ahead, dust off that extra long.
What I like about him, he always tells you exercises and stuff to do to help out there. But you can get in real easy. He doesn't do the full thing like with X-rays.
You're acting like a 13-year-old boy trying to be.
Yeah. Did it work for you on there?
Yeah, no, I did. My son
website, did it work for you?
The only thing I have a neck thing, but I just wanted to try your
Listen, here's an investment that absolutely works, guaranteed, but it's not necessarily the only investment you should have. I mean, people say, why do you say, Tom, that people should do only this? And I don't say that. What I say is, and I get worked up about stuff, so I like stuff, but please don't mistake what I'm saying. Become the banker, this slogan, represents an investment strategy for everyone. So if you're making a little money, a lot of money, it's no risk, and it's very, very conservative, but makes you money. The strategy is not to buy life insurance, but to have life insurance so you are allowed to overfund it. The government says if you have life insurance, you can overfund it, to a certain extent, that is. So what Joe Chiano does at Become the Banker is gives you a formula on how much you can overfund, and he keeps you within the legal limits. And that becomes your little cash pot, like a savings account, and it grows tax-free. Instead of drawing money out and spending it or using credit cards, you borrow from that pot of money. And instead of paying a credit card back, you pay yourself back, and you on purpose pay yourself a lot of interest, because what is happening is that is allowing you to put more cash into it without violating those government guidelines. You see, it's a sneaky way to shelter money. Now, once this pot grows over your life, you can then start borrowing from it in your retirement. So along with your Social Security check for $1,000 or whatever you get, $2,000, you can draw out a check for like $5,000 from this. And you don't pay tax on it because it's marked down as a loan to yourself. And then you may say, well, then how are these loans paid off, Tom? Well, upon your death, the life insurance policy pays off the policy loans. I know it sounds like crazy, but it's a wonderful plan. It's called Become the Banker. If you want to find out more, there are seminars, there are webinars, there are private sessions. Go to this website, becomethebanker.info. And again, I urge you to shoot holes in it, because you won't be able to. becomethebanker.info. Now, how does Brakes Plus ruin a vehicle by changing the oil? Well, she said the plastic shielding underneath the belly plate comes off, gets jammed in her wheel well. They take that out. It punctured her radiator. They changed her radiator. Now, she has an '06 car. Not bad, 12-year-old car. How many miles on your car?
I really honestly don't know.
Okay, well, does it have 10 miles?
No.
Does it have 1,000,000 miles? No. So how many? Does it have 100,000 miles?
Probably close to there.
Probably way more than that, I would say. But we have to have an idea, and it's written on that oil change thing if you have it. Okay, so after replacing your radiator, then what happened?
Okay, so then 2 days later, I was driving it, and it started getting, the oil light started coming on.
Meaning you're losing oil.
And
or pressure, and then what happened then?
And the engine light came on.
And what happened?
So I took it back to them, and I said, you did put oil in, so I know it's not
right. So then what?
Oil.
Mm-hmm.
So could you see what's going on with it? He gets it up on the hoist.
Yeah, we don't need the process. What did it turn out to be? We understand he put it on the thing and took... Okay, so he's now looking at it. So you don't know if your vehicle's ruined, do you? Or are you pretty sure it is?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Why?
Because it made... After I left the shop, I came home... was coming home, and
you're really into telling us the process. How do you know the engine is ruined? I know you came home, you sat down, you opened.
It went 2 miles an hour going home, and then stopped.
Oh, it wouldn't move at all. Did the engine? You couldn't start it or anything.
I couldn't do anything.
Now
they have.
We don't know if this is all related. It could be. Goodness gracious, this is terrible. So what do they say they're going to do right now?
They have towed it back in. Right now they're looking at it. But
the good news about Brakes Plus, they're not a bunch of shysters. You know what I'm saying? They've been around a long time. They're all right, is what I'm saying, as a company.
Well, and I'm not disputing, because right at this point I don't know either.
Right, but I would have your car independently looked at though by someone, and I would pay for that diagnostic if I were you. It's worth it.
Okay, my problem is I'm elderly and I'm disabled, on disability. I am in the process, I'm in an active bankruptcy, and the possibility of foreclosure. I am trying to get to and from a part-time job, and going
well,
to
this
school.
is going to add to it. So, I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're in a bad way. But you were in a bad way before this, unfortunately. So, you're in a bankruptcy. You don't have any money at all. So, this is terrible. Who's doing your bankruptcy? Did you go to Wink and Wink?
No, I have an actual attorney for that.
Well, that's what I mean. Wink and Wink are attorneys. Okay, and this attorney taking good care of you?
Well...
Did you have a lot of debt?
No, actually just the house, pretty much.
Oh, so you're trying to keep the house out of foreclosure.
I'm trying to keep the house.
How much equity do you have in the house?
Well, as he says, enough to do it.
And enough that you need a bankruptcy.
Enough for me to want to keep it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't know how much it's worth or anything?
Well, it's approximately $250,000.
And how much you owe on it?
Probably about close to $200.
And are you behind on your mortgage?
I'm behind on the mortgage.
And what kind of a plan? Are you doing a Chapter 13?
Chapter 13.
And so you're coming up with a payment plan?
Correct.
And if that only helps the arrears, are you going to have enough to keep your payments up?
That's why I'm trying to work.
Well, okay. I mean, yeah.
The automobile is coming in. Now, whether it's Brakes Plus's responsibility or fault or not is not the actual issue.
What is the issue, dear?
I'm without a car.
Right, and you can't get to your job.
Correct. I can't get to my job. I can't get to school.
How far is your job?
Clear across town.
Have you ever tried Uber or Lyft? They're pretty cheap. RTD?
I don't even have the money for for RTD. I would do that if they ran during the times of work. But
what time is work?
I go sometimes till 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Uh-huh. What kind of job is it?
Well, I have actually it's a daycare.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But it's not only in the day.
I understand. Are you taking care of kids or elderly?
I'm taking care of kids.
Okay. So what we need to do is figure out transportation. But, Uber or Lyft, it goes on a credit card, and they're like, it's $5, $10 a ride. But if it's helping you make money, I don't. They really should, if they were responsible, they should be providing you a rental or something.
Well, this is the problem. I called this morning, and they're not accepting responsibility.
Oh, what did they say? It's not. Well, then they're telling you what?
That I ran over some kind of plastic.
They're saying it's not part of your car.
Well, they're saying it's part of a car.
But not yours.
But not.
Well,
they don't know if it is because it's mangled.
But that's easy to tell if you had a plate on there or not.
Well, that's what I say.
Of course it would be. We need to send, we need a favor. We need a favor from someone. Wait a minute.
What town are you in?
She's in Pueblo. We don't have anyone that can go down there, do we?
No. Is she missing a skid plate or not?
Well, here's the deal. We got to be able to find someone. Well, that's what you say, but they're saying not. Are they flat out lying to you? Are they
They're saying I never had one.
Well, it's possible. It's possible. We need to get more. Listen, you need to give us a complete information about your make, model, year, everything about that car. I need to know about, okay? So you need to find it somewhere. We can't do it magically. You get us that information, and then get us the name of the Brakes Plus. Suzanne, get all that information together, and we'll assign it to someone to help her. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Art of Granite, Mitch Floria. Remember this. You can get a price on the phone if you're doing a kitchen project. They will do your bathroom free when you do the kitchen as well. But you will not find a better value anywhere. Unless, of course, you do everything yourself and you're really great at it, okay? But really, this is such a good place. Art of Granite. Here's the hallmarks of his business. First, all materials are wholesale. Second, he's a direct stone importer, so you're getting great wholesale prices. But no matter where you buy it, it's wholesale. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. He tears out and hauls away everything free. And he'll give you a price on the phone. That's right. Give him an idea of your project. You get a price that comes within $100 or so. That's how good he is. He's located in Golden, so you can pick out your wholesale countertop material, your custom edges, your sinks, your cabinets with a small markup from the manufacturer, and you're on your way. 1 to 4 weeks for the complete project. He serves the entire Front Range and mountain communities, open 6 days a week. artofgranite.net. Now here's the number to get your price. 303-386-5919. 386-5919, or get the number off the website, artofgranite.net.
Things change oil.
First of all, I don't. Oh my God.
So when you find a bathroom,
Yeah.
go out here.
Here's what's happening.
Across by the.
Here's what's
right
happening.
after the
I'm walking there
elevator.
anyway. Here's what's happening. She was driving along. What happened?
Okay.
Expect you to sign over the entire insurance check. They want you to know exactly what's wrong with you. So they'll get up there and inspect it, free of charge, and without you signing anything. Then you'll know where you stand when the adjuster comes. And Excel can even help you negotiate with the adjuster if you need to. And when you do sign a contract with Excel Roofing, they don't even make you pay a penalty clause if you change your mind. That's because they're confident they can keep you happy. But remember, you don't pay a penny until you're happy. They don't do any of those tricks. What they do is they'll help you assess the damage on your roof free of charge and with no obligation. They'll write up a full detailed contract. They will fight for you for that claim. They will help you through the claim. They will ask for not a dime until the entire job is done. That's the way it's done. 303-761-6400. 761-6400. ExcelRoofing.com.
Tired of other adults telling you what to do? Online Trading Academy can teach you the skills to be able to trade in the financial markets and fulfill your dreams. This is Dave Logan. Online Trading Academy is the only financial educator that I personally endorse. You can check them out at this week's free half-day class, and you'll see why. Call soon, though, as these free classes fill up fast and space is limited. Online Trading Academy. Reserve your free class at 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
Are you looking for an employment opportunity? I am so thankful for our wonderful customers and employees because our company has grown dramatically over the last several years. Hi, I'm Dan Cicchini, owner of Dunright Kitchen, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Our growth compels me to speak to all you very talented carpenters and fabricators and tilers and bath installers about an opportunity. We need you. Susan and I started Dunright in our little garage well over 30 years ago, and we are blessed to have become a very significant Colorado home remodeling enterprise. How? Pretty simple. Our company culture says hire top-notch people, treat customers and employees as we'd like to be treated, provide good service, never ever lie, provide a quality customer experience, and know that truly what goes around comes around. If you are a quality person, a talented and experienced craftsman, can pass a drug test, a background check, and most importantly, want a long-term employee relationship with good pay and benefits, plenty of year-round work, and opportunity for advancement, well then, we want to talk to you. 303-722-2295, 722-2295.
I know you've heard of cosmetic dentistry, but I want to go one better, a more natural approach, not just a cover-up. I'm talking about new orthodontics for adults at Aurora Orthodontics. Your crooked teeth are caused by a number of things: a narrow palate, jaw alignment, or neuromuscular problems, a birth defect, or an injury, or a combination of things. And the great news here.
So Tom, I was talking to Suzanne, is what she says she's really looking for is a car.
She's what?
Looking for a car.
Like a new one?
Not a new one.
You know what I mean? Like, well, what does she think they should buy her one?
Well, yeah, that's what Suzanne thinks she's getting at. She needs a car now. So.
No, I understand that. That's she's in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
But,
so, like I said,
it's so hard.
They might have taken the plastic.
Are you drinking that one?
No, go ahead. They might have taken it off.
Wait
wait.
Oh, maybe I must have.
I don't care.
Okay, go ahead. They might have. I've never heard of them taking the plastic things off to change oil, because if they do that, you know how those your screws never fit up there again.
First of all, those skid plates don't cover the oil access.
Correct.
Of course they don't. You're right. You're right about that. I need to know, but I still need all the car information, whether she wants a new car or not.
Yeah, 2006 Kia Spectra.
Okay, and
she called. Suzanne called Jeff Vick, asked him, "Is that something?"
Or Al would know, or Al works on more of those cars. Or Honest Accurate Auto.
2001. Whether you call or come in, she will make you feel like family. Many say she would make friends with a blade of grass. If you really want to be treated with respect and get the loan that benefits you with the lower
I
rates.
texted Al and Kimmer both to find out if this particular model
Or
has a skid
Jesse
plate.
down at
Jesse might know.
yeah, Jesse would really know. He works on those.
895-0500 and let us serve you. Regulated by DORA, NMLS 298191, equal credit lender.
Do you fear going to the dentist? Fear no more. Visit noneedles.com. That's noneedles.com.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
Plumline Services right now, half off your air conditioner. If you buy an accompanying furnace, they come as a pair. You should replace both anyway. But in the rare cases you only need one or the other, they will credit you. Call for details. It's a special going on for the summer. Well, not the whole summer, for this month. Half off AC with the purchase of a new furnace. For those thinking they're just marking up one to get to the other, it's really not true. A Carrier is doing this with them, and it is a true half off. Find out details. 0% financing, by the way, 10-year parts and labor warranty, plus utility company rebates of more than $1,500. That's incredible. Okay? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And the number for Plumline Services for this half-off AC with furnace is 303-586-1086. 586-1086. Online, plumlineservices.com. Okay, man, how does this happen? You go to get your oil change, your engine blows. I'm going to just say something, okay? I hate when this happens because it's called proximity. And when things happen in the proximity, whether time or distance of a place, after a repair, it's almost always their fault. According to the consumer. We have to really figure it out. We have to figure it out. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Just because it happened doesn't mean it's their fault. 303-713-8255. And we'll try to help her as much as we can. Now, Suzanne, you wanted to Jeff Vick sent us something about this Kia. There is a splash plate. But
is that the same as a skid plate?
Yep, yep. But it is not removed on oil change. It has an opening, but there is one. Now, it should, if we have any pieces of it, we should be able to match. But if it came off, now, so we know they're wrong. They said there wasn't one, and there is one.
But now, Tom,
wait a minute. That looks like the rear where the gas tank. Wait. Is this the front or the back?
It says location front
in
the
does.
description.
Okay, I didn't see that, Suzanne. Thanks for checking that out. I didn't read that.
Now, if they replace the radiator, aren't they taking responsibility?
Can we call them, Suzanne?
Yeah, and how could that piece of plastic puncture a radiator, Tom? Does that
No,
make
no,
sense
it can.
to you?
Yeah. A shard of that plastic could go up there and do that. But it doesn't take a big hole either. Suzanne, just call them and see if they'll come on. This doesn't have to be adversarial. We have lines open, folks. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Is it true that before things get better, they get a little worse, Dr. Mike? Do you ever, when you adjust people, what can they expect? You do targeted adjustments, light adjustments. You have adjustments. It's not very jarring, but there are results. People do feel, what do they feel?
Yeah, there's a couple, after someone's first adjustment, typically I will give them a couple things I'll tell them. First, I'll say, you're going to expect to sleep pretty good tonight. Most people sleep pretty amazing after their first visit. Also, because of the way things are reorganizing in the body, muscles now that were spasmed turn off, muscles that were off then turn on. It can cause some soreness. So
it can cause some soreness.
People do get some soreness.
Like a workout soreness?
A workout soreness for a couple weeks maybe, and then after that typically goes away.
Would you do me a favor? I'm going to cover this in the next hour. Would you please tell us exercises that hurt people? Because I think everyone wants to be healthy. I exercise a lot. Suzanne does a lot of yoga. And I've heard that both of those, exercise and yoga, can actually be detrimental if not done right. And I want you to come up with things, and I'll try to describe them so people can figure out if they're doing them, on what can hurt the back, you think, in general, some certain kinds of things. And then what stretches would be good. I want to get something out of this where I want to know what I should avoid, and I want to know about some stretches that would be great. Zane, what's going on, Zane?
Good afternoon, Tom. Thank you very much for taking my call. A long-time listener, first-time caller, but I've been listening to you since you had your horse named Sonny. So,
Teddy, by the way, Teddy. It was Teddy.
Teddy.
Yeah, okay, but it's close. Teddy. It sounds like Sonny. But seriously, I was thinking about that horse just the other day. You're right, though. It has been a long time. So what can we do for you, Zane?
Yes, Tom, what the deal is with the Secretary of State, back in 2006, we filed our annual report. Back at that time, we used our home as the principal residence. Since that time, we have changed.
Now, did you say principal residence or place of business?
The principal address. You have to, on that annual filing, you have to put it on there.
I got you now. Go ahead.
And we used our home address at that point in time before all of the craziness that happens with the internet. Well, what's happened is since then we've done all of our annual reports since, and we have changed our registered agent and our business address. However, this one PDF document is remaining out there on Google, and it does say the hyperlink is from Secretary of State. And on
that could be long gone, and it can still be showing up. It may not be coming from Secretary of State, but anyway, what's going on?
Yeah, well, the hyperlink says SOS. According to Google, that if basically what's happening is the Secretary of State is publishing this where their privacy policy states that all this information is supposed to be behind it's supposed to be through their website. So this document is not being protected behind their firewall. It is just one out of the 13.
Well, this is public information anyway if you filled out an annual report.
No, you're right, Tom, but their privacy policy says that the information is through their website. I don't believe that they should be publishing the information or promoting it.
Well, they don't usually. Zane, anyone can go online and find out a corporation, an agent, and an address. And it's not that they're publishing it, it's available. There's a difference between publishing it and making it available.
I understand.
So what are they doing? What are they doing? And is it only that one annual report you're worried about?
It is the one. It is the one.
What year is it from? What year is it from?
2006.
Well, I can go on right now with your corporate records, and I can find your 2006, your 2007. I can find out every document filed on your corporation or LLC. So you're not going to stop it.
No, absolutely. No, you're absolute. But
then what are we talking about?
On Google, basically, if you Google it, it comes up. Whereas if somebody wants to legitimately go through the Secretary of State's website and look at something, absolutely.
Zane,
but I don't.
Zane, you do not understand. I don't mean this as an insult. You don't understand what you're talking about right now. I will explain it to you in a very simple way. I promise you. And I'm not going to talk down to you. But I promise you, you're misunderstanding something. And I'll explain it. It's called a link, and why that link appears the way it does. So please just hang on, okay? Okay, let's talk about Better Basements or Best Basements Denver. bestbasementsdenver.com, Lent Construction. This website says it all. You know, Jack is in the business of giving you the best values and the best construction with bestbasementsdenver.com. He does line-by-line pricing, no allowance items, so you know exactly what things will cost you. It's not a fake bid. It's a very detailed bid with what's called value engineering, which means he puts thought into each thing to get you the most bang out of your buck, and that means great designs at minimal cost because he does it efficiently, and it's fully integrated into your home. A basement should not just look like a bunch of drywall and trim, and that's what most of them do. He integrates it into the design of your home, and it adds value and beauty. Plus, he is a very detailed-oriented person with great contractors. bestbasementsdenver.com.
Let's start off with the good news on the north end of town. That earlier crash down.
All right, I think we got to kill Susan.
Has cleared off the highway.
Bury the call. So I talked to Brakes Plus because I said, which Brakes Plus is it at in Pueblo? She goes, well, it was at this one, but they wouldn't deal with me
No,
anymore.
she had to go to the one closer to her. I remember that.
Well, what she said to me on the phone is they wouldn't deal with me anymore, so they made me go to the other one. That's what she tells me. So I call the original shop. He says, look, she came in for an oil change and AC inspection. We did the AC inspection, told her she needed radiator work. She did not want to fix the radiator. She wanted to do the AC. So they fixed the AC, whatever that issue was. I don't know. Then she came back 2 days later, which was over the weekend, and they fixed her radiator for free. But by then, yesterday, she shows up at the South Side shop, and it just was driven on overheated too long. The engines blew. He says nothing to do with the skid plate at all. Says there's nothing to do anything with the skid plate. No, he says there's nothing wrong with her skid plate. Nothing to do with her skid plate. She simply overheated the engine. I don't know.
Because she said they pulled it out. The plastic. That's what she had said. They pulled it out of the front wheel well there.
Okay, here, listen. I don't think it's their fault either, but I need to know the chronology of the plastic and where it came from and that stuff. Just, was it ever on the car? Is there something on there now?
Okay.
Oh, God.
See? You never get the full story.
No.
I should say never.
No, never. Never.
Oh, there's been...
Because if they pulled out the
plastic. You know what my biggest revelation in life was? My biggest revelation in life is I have an excellent recall of stuff. And there was a situation one time that I was explaining to the police because this was a situation where I witnessed something. And there were 4 people there that totally had different interpretations of what happened. And they weren't lying.
Right.
They honest to God. And I said, but that did not happen. And the cops said, please, listen, they saw. And you're so hell-bent on what you saw and what you witnessed according to what other people, and it's just, but it happened up to me a few times where I absolutely realized that I'm not seeing necessarily what happened. Neither are they. It's like we truly do have different interpretations.
Right. Just like the guy with the...
Even if you see, I mean, like supposedly this one guy raised his hand to threaten her, and he didn't. He absolutely did not. Well, yeah, it's kind of like, well, yeah, like he looked like maybe he was... You know, it's like weird how people interpret things.
The guy with the knife on the motorcycle.
Right, yeah.
The lady said that maybe she thought that and stuff. You know, how do you prove that? I was going to ask on that one, did she come back at the, when they went to court at the trial? If they had, because almost assuredly you would have needed that, right? If the only thing they had was a video,
Today is the day
you would have needed to have her.
of addiction. You and your family can't lose it.
Our brains fill in empty spaces too with any information that we want it to.
Yeah.
And also our memories are really bad. Like people think that you can you can trick somebody's memory. Like I tell you something happened, you're like, oh yeah, that's true, and then that turns into your memory.
And if you think about that, like you can, if someone heard someone else from somebody, like, oh, you know what, that does make sense that they said that, and then they train their own brain and think that was actually what happened.
So now it's a memory that's ingrained in their head.
Yeah, and that's just how it is, and that's how it happens.
So unless you have video, you know, whatever, this is what really happened.
Right.
Well, that's not how I remember it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Our brains are remarkable, but they fill in information, whatever we have. You know?
It'd be nice to see that how you remembered it, and then go back and look at the film, or you know, and just say, I guess I didn't remember it.
Like a whole different situation.
Yeah. Well, not mine.
You're definitely right. You do have a good memory. When I first met you,
normally I do.
Like you, well, because I remember talking to you, and you're just, I'll tell you stuff, and you're like, you got it. I'm like, okay, well, that's really impressive.
Ideal Home Loans for your next...
Ideal Home Loans. If you're looking to refinance or buy, idealhomeloans.com. They have an interest rate guarantee, which means no matter what rates do, if they go down, you can get refinanced free of charge. That's idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. So, this thing on Susan's car, Brakes Plus swears they did nothing to a skid plate. Nothing had to be removed. Nothing. We verified nothing needs to be removed to change oil. So that leaves us with what happened to the car. Susan, they claim, now I'm saying they claim, I'm just going to tell you what they said. The original shop claims they told you in the very beginning you needed radiator work that you declined, and that it's very possible that radiator was leaking or on its last leg. You declined it, but then later came in and they did it free of charge, and they said they did not do the damage, nor was there any plastic that did the damage. They said it was just a bad radiator from the beginning, and that skid plate or whatever it was played no part in that radiator. So that's what they're saying. And they're saying that you drove around too long overheated, which seized your engine. And they're not taking responsibility for that. Even if a piece of plastic came off your car in the wheel well, that would not cause your engine to seize. There is nothing they did that would cause your engine to seize. Even if there was a skid plate that came completely off and got completely mangled, your engine would not seize. I understand that. That makes sense to me. What would make your engine seize are two things: lack of oil, which means pressure or oil, or lack of coolant, which would overheat it. Suzanne, quickly, what did they say?
I might have to wait till after the break. I just talked to the second shop.
Susan, we talked to the second shop, so hold on, okay? We're not trying to make it difficult for you, but we have to investigate it fully. I'm Tom Martino. We have a lot more coming up. We have Dr. Mike Hederscheid. If you ever had any questions about chiropractic, we're going to go over exercises you should avoid and stretches you should do.
Is there exercises that you say are hard on back?
I went through. I did Frank Duran. Okay,
because I had to bought the
okay. I only have fixed my home on your case.
Push-ups, planks.
That's what they have you doing.
That's what I do, and the chiropractors pull-ups, push-ups, planks.
Planks are good.
And then he said it was good. He said all the things are good.
Sit-ups can be bad if you don't do them.
That's how I've heard.
But if you just curl up on a sit-up and take that tension, that core, that's not bad.
Right. It's when you're using
when you jerk all the way up like this.
I used to do it, and that's like
that's bad.
Yeah.
But if you do this and just curl to that point and just back, hold it, and then you do this and you just tighten up those.
Yeah.
That's good. I can feel it. It feels
right.
Actually.
Right.
But I love exercise. Exercise makes me feel great.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the neck thing, I think, is what, like, say, the pulling or anything.
Pulling, the neck too, yeah.
How about hanging upside down?
Inversion. There's a good way and a bad way to do inversion. If your spine is not moving right, and there's some sort of adhesion that's not letting the spine move, and you go and flip upside down, do you think it's going to fix that adhesion, or is it going to stretch out the opposite side of it? It's a vertebra. Right, yeah, so that's what happens is, let's say you have your spine that's like this, it's the left and right side kind of move independently from each other a little bit. And so if one side's stuck, the other side's going to overstretch if you invert, and it's not going to fix it. So it can cause some damage to that.
Oh.
So I think there's a process. Like I don't recommend any traction or inversion until they get their spine cleared out and it's moving right. And then I think kind of gradually doing it, 30 seconds, working your way up to just a few minutes, can be really good for the body. But you don't want to overstretch or hurt something that's already hurting.
Gotcha.
You want to make sure it's balanced out.
I know. Yeah, my back doesn't hurt. I just like, you know.
But that's the kind of question people ask me all the time. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, when they crack, and I know you do that sometimes. You get the pop, and it's usually people feel better. Is that just the endorphins, or does it actually help?
Usually, so they crack with the rush that they get from that. That's an endorphin rush for sure. Doesn't mean it's.
I love it too.
Doesn't mean it's bad by any
right.
means, but they're just not always necessary to get the chiropractic results.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it does feel good. I know. Some people love their neck being cracked around, and I don't like it personally.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't like it myself. And the kind of adjusting I do is things that I get, my family gets it. It's something that I know truly works.
Okay.
And not to say that doesn't work for them. And that's the result they see. So they'll draw the people that love that.
Okay.
And I've had people that say, I just want to crack. Okay, well, there's a chiropractor down the road. Happy to do it for you if you like to. Most people that end up trying it this way, the way I do it, don't go back to that. And they kind of appreciate the honesty there. But if someone really needs it, I'm not going to do something.
But you don't do that at all?
I don't do it, no.
Not at all?
No, I don't do any of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't do any of the pushing or cracking. The only time I'll ever use my hands to manipulate, I guess, would be like shoulders kind of out of place and I have to pop it kind of in a little bit.
Gotcha.
Joints, like shoulder and extremity joints. But the spine, I use the instrument to adjust for all that. I'll even use pelvic blocking, where you'll lay face up and it'll kind of untwist your pelvis, so your own body weight adjusts you.
Okay.
And that's considered an adjustment too.
And actually, I feel, like I say, my back is fine. Just like the last 3 or 4 months, it's like it's usually after I wake up and stuff. It's muscle. I don't think it's spine, whatever and stuff. But I would like it. I sprained my neck when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that's why I'd like to get the full evaluation.
You can do the full evaluation, and I'm never trying to take anyone's business. So like if you love your chiropractor there.
Oh no, I think that's what I like about it. But I like say everything is different.
Right. So even if it was something where you're like, hey, I'll try a few visits just to kind of get me resolved, and then you can go back to him because I appreciate loyalty. I'm fine with that. It doesn't have to be something where I'm like taking their business forever. Most of the time when I do that for people, they end up just coming to me.
Right.
I mean, they're like, oh, I love this. So. Okay, well, that's great. I don't intend to do that, but if you're...
And I like that attitude right there. I would chiropractors, it's either people really like them or they don't like them. Yeah. And because they got through a bad one, they just kept on going forever and ever and ever, and they, never really helped.
And we don't help each other. Oh, we end up talking badly about each other so much, and they're like so much infighting that that's the stuff that happens.
And I've never had one that talks bad about
well, that's
people.
Great. Yeah.
But I mean, I know there's people that say, oh yeah, I gotta come 3 times a week for 6 months and stuff, and I don't know, they have that kind of an issue in their back.
Yeah, everyone's a little different.
You got a chiropractor you like, right? And then, so does he do the cracking or does he do the...
He does both.
Oh, he does both, okay.
I brought it. Tom, I'm so sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's me.
But then there were 12 of them up there. I'm like, what do I do? Don Gibson. He's the next Denver Bronco.
Okay.
And then he became the chiropractor for the Anaheim Ducks hockey team.
Great.
And then he wanted to be back here to raise his kids.
Yeah.
So he bought the one that I was going to. And
what do you play with Broncos? What position?
Tight end.
Hi, Tom Martino here.
Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Otherwise known as FixMyHome.com. Fix It 24/7. What do we do here? We solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make life a little easier. And I call it media with a purpose. And the purpose is to help. This is one of the things we do is we love recommending good people like Fix It 24/7. They're truly, the whole culture of the company is dedicated to helping people. You'll know if you hire them. Oh yeah, they're in business and they're in business to make money, but they give you great value. Like for $39, you'll get an expert at your home to diagnose a problem. We did this specifically, okay? I really do use them. I had a problem. Didn't know what was happening. It was seeping out of the toilet. I figured, look, no matter how long it takes, they will find the problem, and then if I get it fixed, they credit the $39, and that took care of everything. In fact, that $39, it was a wash. They found it and fixed it. So here's the deal. If you have a problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, for $39, they find the problem. If you decide to have the work done at a great value, not the cheapest, not the most expensive, just a great value, nobody does more work and better products, then they credit you that $39. Here's the number, 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. The website is fixmyhome.com. Welcome to the show, everyone. Let's go to the phones. Susan has a big problem. Her car, she took to Brakes Plus, and of course now she credits them with ruining it. She has an 06 Kia, and we still haven't found out how many miles are on it. That is one thing we should ask. She doesn't know, but we'd like to know. And we love to help people, and we'd love to help Susan. But it sounds to me like Susan just had a car that had a problem she didn't address, and it finally caught up with her, because they claim they noted in the original work order she needed some radiator work. She declined to have done, and then came back a few days later and had it done. But then I don't know why it's seized, Suzanne. Why?
Well,
and she said, and they said they did it free.
That was, yeah, that was the first shop.
And they said they don't know anything about a missing skid plate.
Right, and I don't know why Susan, I know she didn't say this to you, Tom, but I don't like it. When Susan told me that the first shop wouldn't deal with her anymore, so send her to the second shop, that's absolutely not true, according to the folks I'm speaking with. I did speak to the second shop.
Did you hear that,
Tom.
Dan? She said the first shop wouldn't deal with her. Maybe I just missed it.
No, I missed that too.
Okay.
I didn't hear her say it.
She just said, I think she said she was on the other side of town when that other thing happened, and she had to go to that far.
Tom,
it doesn't matter.
Anyway, to me,
so
she said it.
Oh, okay. What did the second shop say?
So he said there's no puncture in the radiator. It looked like somebody had done some work in the past on it and tried to glue something or another to it.
But there was nothing punctured.
No, she ran over something that wasn't a part of her car that was stuck between the fender well and the tire that was making it hard to steer, and it looks like to him she simply drove on it too long, overheating. He's trying to figure out if she's going to need a new engine or not.
Okay.
No oil
but they're
pressure,
doing this all as a courtesy.
is knocking. Yes.
Okay.
I just don't like how that was said to me off the air, Tom.
Susan, listen, Susan, we have an idea that what they're saying sounds accurate. First of all, the plastic doesn't have to be removed. The plastic you ran over has nothing to do with the radiator being failing, and the car was obviously overheated. Go ahead.
Okay, to let you know what happened this morning is I called the executive office. The executive office is the ones that said Don does not want to deal with me. It was
okay, Susan, I don't care about that, Susan. Let's not go tit for tat. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't. I want to try to help you. Can we move on? So you have a car that overheated and seized, and I don't think you're going to be able to pin it on them. You're not going to get a car from them.
And it's hard to feel bad, Tom, when she wanted her AC fixed over the radiator fixed, when they suggested your radiator is leaking coolant and you need to fix this. No, don't fix that. Fix my AC.
Okay. Well, Susan has limited budget. Yes.
Yes, that was the thing. They told me they would fix it for $896.
Fix what, dear? Which one?
The radiator.
Okay. Didn't they end up doing that free?
Well, but this was what they're talking about. Yes, they said that they would fix for $896.
Well, where are we going with this? So, therefore what? I mean, there's got to be a point to your story. Therefore what?
The point is...
The point is...
I did not run over anything. The plastic was in there. So my presumption is that it had to have come from my vehicle.
He just told me where your shop's at now. I think I spoke to a gentleman named Jeff, said that piece that was in your tire well or whatever had nothing to do with your vehicle. You ran over it on the road.
Susan, why do you insist that it came from your vehicle if it didn't?
Because I didn't run over anything.
Okay, Susan.
I just went.
Even if, okay, hold on. Even if it came from your vehicle, let's go with that. It did not cause your engine to seize.
Well, that could be, and that's not what I knew happened until now.
Susan, okay, in other words, you weren't getting any information. Here's what they said.
Correct.
Your radiator failed. Your radiator does not have a puncture, and the car was overheated. So that's what we're dealing with now. I don't believe they can be blamed for that. Now, Suzanne, could you find out how many miles are on the car? Just find out so we can see what we can do. Listen, we want to help you. Susan, we want to help you. Don't think we're here to fight with you. But in order to help you, and everyone, we have to sift through BS, and we have to sift through truth, and we have to sift through facts and fiction. We just have to make a story getting, all different fragments. So, we do want to, the ultimate is we do want to help you. In fact, we might even be able to help you get a car. Who knows? If you're disabled truly. How old are you, Susan?
I'm 60 years old.
Oh, how dare you call yourself elderly? Why do people call themselves elderly at 60? I'm going to be 65 in September, and I get so depressed when people call themselves elderly at 60. My God.
And the disability was from work. It was work-related. I worked 3 to 4 jobs at a time for over 40 years.
Well, that's very good that you're a hard worker, Susan, and I do sympathize with you. Listen, I know you're very emotional. Do you have anyone in your life? Anyone to help? Any kids?
No.
Any relatives? Are you totally alone?
My 4 children stole my mother's house.
Okay, now.
And stole the money, and
you've been a victim your whole life, it sounds like.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, over 153,000 miles on that car, just so you know.
Okay. All right. Susan, listen.
And
your kids they stole the house from you. What else? How about your husband? Where's he?
I don't have one.
Did you have one?
I've been divorced for 20-some years.
Okay. So your kids don't have anything to do with you?
No. They took the money and ran.
There's got to be more to that story, Susan. Tell me what's going on. Are you just down on life? Do you think life just dealt you a blow or what?
No, actually,
are you happy?
I keep going.
Are you happy?
I would be if I could maintain my job, which I can't maintain now.
No, I understand that's important to you. We got to figure that out.
And, I would like to maintain my house.
Of course you would. And this bankruptcy may or may not do that. But here, Susan, when you have equity in a home, sometimes better than a bankruptcy is just selling the home. In other words, if you don't have a lot of debt, if you sell that home, then you can take the money and do something with it. I mean, seriously, Susan, you may want to consider that before you lose your home. Okay? Have you considered that? Selling your home?
I've considered that. I have no help in moving. I have no help
listen, Susan, if you decide, and I'm serious, bankruptcy may not be your best option. If you can walk away with a lot of money, what do you owe on the house? Did you say 200 and it's worth about 250? I don't know. If you could walk with 40 grand, 30 or 40,000 instead of a bankruptcy, I don't know why you're going. You may not be able to make your bankruptcy payments. So you may want to just forget the bankruptcy. And what other debt do you have other than the house?
That's it.
And then I can almost tell you it's not worth it. If I were you, I would sell the house. I would take the money, buy a car, and I would then take the other money, put it away, and then get a place to rent. And then along with your Social Security, I think when you start getting Social Security, or you get disability now, right?
Wait, yes, I do.
Susan, listen, if you want help structuring that, we'll contact you off the air. But that is what I see as your path. I really do. Mike, what did you have to say, Mike?
Hello, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I really like your show, and it sounds to me like you're trying to come up with a cure for stupid.
Oh, sometimes. Sometimes it's just not stupid. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, Mike. It's unfortunate These things happen way before they happen. No one is stupid out of the gate. They watch parents, or they watch the wrong example. They start giving themselves the wrong definitions. I'm a victim. I can't do it. I don't have any help. Everybody's out to get me. You know, I don't know. Anyway, Zane, I did not forget about you. This is really important. I'm so sorry we were sidetracked, Zane. I really am.
No problem.
Okay, now, Zane, let's talk about business databases. On the website, if you do a search, it's called a dynamic search, which means that the pages are created as you search for them. So you search for something, and then they're not created, I shouldn't say that, but the link is created. When you search, it goes to it, and it has a link. Once a link is established, that link can show up anywhere. And even though it goes back to the Secretary of State, it's not as if the Secretary of State maintains and publishes these links. They're just there. For example, on my site, referrallist.com, we have many links that are even hidden links, but if someone got the link, it would no longer be hidden. There is nothing the Secretary of State or anyone can do to keep those links from being found. Nothing they can do. You're trying to joust with windmills, because it's not an issue of them publishing this. It exists on a server, therefore has a link. This link, they don't. If I want to find out about your 2003 filing, I go online and make a search. Once that link is created, I no longer have to do the search, because I know where the link is, and I go straight to the link. That link existed before the search. It exists after the search. The search is only one way of finding it, because not everyone, we can't remember links. We can't remember secretaryofstate.gov/Colorado or whatever it is, and then, you know, biz search / this. We can't remember those links. So Zane, it may not be what you want to hear, and you can sigh all you want, but that's the fact of life. These links cannot be destroyed.
Okay, Tom, and I totally agree with you, and I did.
Well, there's nothing to agree or disagree with. It's the way it is.
Oh, okay, you're right. You're right, and I was just saying I do agree with you. I did email you a PDF of what's there, and you're exactly right that if you put a link to a favorites, you're exactly right. You can go back to it.
It doesn't even have to be a favorite. Listen, it can be a listen. Once someone clicked on it, and if somebody else clicked on it, it can become a web crawler can pick it up and index it. It then becomes an indexed link, which has nothing to do with any kind of favorite. It just exists.
Oh, okay.
Look, I have a mugshot I wish I didn't have. It was from a false accusation years ago. It is a terrible thing, and here's what happens. Every time that thing is so buried, and but it's a link, and everyone saves it or clicks on it, it becomes a living thing. And nothing ever will do away with it. Nothing ever will do away with your link with your home address on it. It will never happen, because it exists.
Okay, even if it's supposed to be behind the state's firewall.
The firewall has nothing. A firewall, Zane, here's what a firewall is. A firewall is not to obstruct or hide data. A firewall is to restrict access to the server. That's all a firewall is. The data is wide open always. You can't have a firewall on data and then serve the public. How would the public ever search anything? So you heard a firewall somewhere. You thought, oh my God, they have a firewall, and this penetrated the firewall and is defeating it. Because the firewall isn't meant to protect the database. The database is public. You're just fighting with something that doesn't exist. They're doing nothing wrong to you. This is information in their database. It is not protected. It is not secret. Oh, Zane, and I know you think I'm not listening, so let me recap what you're thinking. You're thinking right now, well, Tom, I have no problem with people going into the database and searching me specifically for that particular year and getting that particular piece of information. What I have a problem with is that they don't have to go in and search for that particular year in my particular name to get that particular information. They can simply get it by a Google link that exists out in cyberspace outside of the firewall, which is all bull crap. You hear me? What you're thinking is aired. It doesn't work that way. So I did hear you. I'm not going to keep any more time on this. I'm sorry, Zane. You don't have a problem. So there's nothing to solve. 303-713-8255.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
There's a few slow spots in the Highway Drive.
I didn't understand how all that works, but now I do.
It's just a link. I mean, everything in the world has a link.
Once it's digital, it's out there.
It's there, man, forever and ever and ever and ever.
I thought there was some people that could certain things.
Never. No, what they do is they substitute it. So if somebody's searching close, they hope they pick up a different link.
Really?
And as that link gets more clicks, the crawler will defer to that first.
Gotcha.
But it won't do away with it. It just buries it. Usually people don't go past the first page of a search. Right. And even if they go, if you can get something on the fourth page of a search, you're doing well. It's just, this guy just is so pissed off that his home address is out on the internet. I hate to tell him his home address probably exists in a million places.
Taxes or property tax? Yeah. In fact, you can just put it...
Just put someone's name in and just be like, wow, there's everything about somebody.
Yeah, look at all the white pages. You go back and...
Replacement proceeds. Hello, I'm Tom Marchino. Excel Roofing is the
good thing to tell kids.
You put your phone number in too. Search your phone number. Type in your own phone number into Google and hit enter. What comes up from that?
People who paid money up front and got nothing. That will never happen with Excel. At Excel Roofing, they won't take a step.
People say you should search on your name. I don't want to find out.
Okay, I don't want to find out what's on there.
No, you don't.
Asphalt shingles, locally owned and operated for 25 years, and on my referral list the whole time. Call today, 303-761-6400, excelroofing.com.
Today at 1, it's Sean Hannity from Singapore, covering the summit with
Here, he wrote to me. The attached PDF is an image that no other company has published. It is only behind the SOS firewall. He is so...
Hi, Tom Marchino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors, the place to go for garage door openers and complete garage doors, and you will never go wrong. I say they are the best. I use them for every home I've been in. Just think, as soon as you think of a garage door, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. That's why I love their name. And they do those free inspections, which are absolutely so thorough. So if you're moving into a home, you might want to call them. Now, they don't want to just do an inspection. They hope that you need something in the future, you'll call them, right? So if you want to be their company, 303-565-6409, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay, so when people call and they have aired information, I just want to correct them so they're not, as I said at that term, jousting with windmills, because it's not worth it. If you ever think you have secrecy or privacy, you are sadly mistaken. 303-713-TALK. Randy says he's been ripped off by Quality Auto Sound. How were you ripped off?
I had a reverse camera that I purchased for my wife's 2012 Jeep Liberty. And
I love reverse cameras, man. I don't know how I lived without them.
Right. Yeah.
I love them.
And I took it in. I had to wait. I paid for everything and had to wait for them to order the camera for that model, and they got it and they installed it finally. And I got a phone call and said that I had to take it to the dealer to get it flashed because they couldn't get it to work.
To get what flashed?
To take it, the actual radio that came with the Jeep when I purchased it.
Okay, why did they need it flashed though? I understand why.
That's the only way they could get an aftermarket camera to work on the system.
Why couldn't they flash it?
They said they didn't have the proper software to do that, and I said, well, why didn't you know that when you sold it to me?
Well, listen, if they sell you a camera that's not working, and then say take it somewhere else to get it the final step, I would say forget it. That's ridiculous.
I did.
Okay, get your money back and move on, right?
Exactly, and that's what I asked them to do.
Of course, they can't. If they sell you something that doesn't work, then they should give your money back. Now, obviously, if all it takes is to go to the dealer and say, flash my radio, never heard of such a thing, but if that's all it takes, well, then you could argue that they could have done that or had some, I don't know. It just sounds, it just doesn't sound right to me, Randy, but you know what? Quality auto sound, whenever we get a complaint, they're stupid complaints, and I'm even shocked. Listen, with all the technology out there today and how much you can do with a smartphone and how easy it is to get really quality auto sound, you don't really need a specialty store anymore. You know, they're a thing of the past. They just haven't found out they're a dinosaur yet, and they're choking and dying. So, you know, they have to hold on to every penny maybe. I can see where, you know, they sell burglar alarms and they sell, you know, or theft alarms, and they sell backup cams. They can probably, you know, like car toys, I guess. They're another car toys, basically, right? Just
right. Yeah.
Okay. So when you said my backup cam does not work, please give me my money back, what did they say?
Said, well, let me call my manager, and
God.
He got his manager, and then he came out of the back office and told me, well, my manager said that we could take it out, but we can't refund you.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, why would I just give you $500?
Okay, listen.
And walk away?
Are you? I want to make sure I'm hearing the story. Is it truly true that they said they can't make it work?
Yes, that's what they said.
And they blame the car. Okay, can we call them, please? I mean, what moron did you talk to at Quality Auto Sound? And I suggest we call.
The manager's name is Pete at the North Glen.
How many stores do they have? I am shocked they're still in business. How many stores do they? Their sales have to be going in the tank. I mean, see, technology used to be a secret. You know, like stereos and stereophiles and people who wanted all these fancy things. It's so easy to get good sound now on Amazon. I mean, you don't need these stores anymore. Everything's wireless. It's just like, why bother with these guys? So, I guess if you're a real freak, there might be a reason. Quality Auto Sound, manager Pete, and he's in what location?
North Glen, Colorado.
Okay, North Glen. And they did a backup camera that simply doesn't work, and they won't refund the money. How stupid are they? How stupid, if that's true. Now, are you sure they didn't say, Randy, we'll take it to the dealer and get it flashed?
No, I took it to the dealer and had the dealer flash it.
And it still doesn't work.
A week later, and the dealer called me back and said, we flashed your radio, but something was not installed correctly because it's still not working.
So, wait, so Quality Auto Sound says, buy from us, we install it, and even if it doesn't work, you have to pay for it, even if we remove it. So, Suzanne, that's what they're saying to him. We installed it, it doesn't work, we'll take it out, but you get no refund. That's Quality Auto Sound. Now, if that's true, they're going on the Sleaze Brigade. They should be on the Sleaze Brigade for everybody to be warned all the time. That's the way I feel about it. That's how sucky they are. Dr. Mike Hederscheit, I want to know exercises we should never do. Not good for the back. He's our chiropractor on referralist.com. BrightenYourFamily.com. I want to know, what is number one that comes up?
Number one, sit-ups and leg lifts.
Okay, now hold on. When you say sit-ups, you're not talking about a crunch.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, that little crunch where you come up and just curl just a little and tighten up that midsection is all right, right?
Yeah, that's fine for the abs.
But where you put your hands behind your neck and pop all the way up to your knees, that's a no-no.
Right, yeah, and the reason why behind the sit-ups is your hip flexors. Most people that have low back pain have a tight hip flexor.
And that even makes them worse.
And it makes them worse. It shortens the muscle, so it can cause strain on the low back and cause more pain for them.
More back pain. Okay, so does it do anything for the abs?
So it could do some work for the abs for sure.
But
if the goal is to not have back pain, then that's not going to help.
Okay, then what about leg lifts? What's wrong with that?
It's the same mechanism. You're talking about lifting the leg up, which to do that with a straight leg is going to cause the hip flexor to be tightened.
What about knee lifts when you're on there? Instead of doing the leg, you do a knee lift.
Same idea. Yeah, can cause
bad.
Not good for your low back.
Hold on. This is for everyone, basically.
It's for majority of people. I'd say that's people that have specific low back pain,
especially.
Yes.
Okay, now, what about if hip flexors can cause back problems? How do we stretch our hip flexors?
So to stretch the hip flexor...
And what is a hip flexor? Point to it.
So
in our mind.
In your mind?
Yeah, like I'm standing up, my hand's on my hip. What do? How do I find my flexor?
So if you find your hip bones, you can
I got my hip
point
bones.
your fingers...
Anyone watching online will see my hips. Okay,
you can curl your fingertips towards the front there.
Like this?
Yep, that's your hip flexor right there. So that's a big part of it. So there's...
Wait, what is it, a muscle?
Yeah, so there's a few different muscles. One of the biggest...
this right here, this line?
Yeah, right through there.
These are hip flexors.
One of the biggest muscles in there that causes the problem is called the psoas, and that attaches...
So how do I stretch my hip flexors? How do I stretch them?
You could hang basically one leg off a bed. So if you're lying on your back and hang one leg...
Does this kind of stretch?
That's the hamstrings. Yeah,
okay, so that's not hip. See?
No,
so tell me the hip flexor.
So if you're lying on your back, let's say you're on a bed or on a bench, you can drape your leg over the side and let it just hang there. It'll pull all the muscles in your hip on that side that's dangling.
You see what he's saying on a bench or something? You lay down flat, and then hang off one side. Do it, Dan. So hold on. So if I'm laying like this, right? Okay, watch. Now, then I just hang right there like this, but I want to be flat.
You want to be flat on your back.
And then let that hang.
Yeah, that's a good passive way to stretch it.
Is there any active stretch? That doesn't do it though. That's just bad.
No, that's just that's too much.
What about this exercise? when you this exercise where there's a bench here and you're leaned over and you lift like this. Is that bad? Is that doing bad?
Are you talking about when you're pushing with your low back muscles?
Yeah, your heels are locked. You're like this, and you do this, and you keep coming up like this.
Okay. So another...
I'm talking about, you're like on that bench. Is that bad?
I wouldn't suggest doing that one either for low back pain. So the muscles you want to be working are the deep core muscles, not the outside.
So planks are good.
Planks are great. Yeah,
they really are. They're really good. Now
they're also important to work your way up depending on how severe the low back pain is. So you don't want to start with the plank if you have severe low back pain. You want to work your way up and really strengthen your core at a deep level, and then use the plank.
What about hamstring stretches? They help lower back, right? Because tight hamstrings can hurt, right?
Yeah, so that's another stretch for sure, is do the hamstrings.
Is a good
so you do individual and both at the same time.
Then what about where you get on the bench, not the bench, but the step, and then you drop your heel down where that stretches that long...
The calf, yeah.
Yeah, is that good?
Yeah, that's a great one too for the calf muscles.
Suzanne, you had a question?
No, I just talked to Quality Auto Sound, so whenever you're ready for that update.
Okay, I want to know about yoga. Can you hyperextend? Now, I heard yoga can be great, or it can be injurious.
So there's a lot of different kinds of yoga people do, so it depends on the
What kind of yoga do you like?
I personally don't like any types of yoga. I think there's moves in all of them that can do damage to the back and spine. It just depends on the instructor.
But there are certain ones, but the flexibility is certainly good.
Yeah, there's certain moves that are good for the body for sure. I'm just saying somebody has like a slip disc.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be extending their back. Oh. And a lot of them are extending their back like a...
Why? What would that do? Slip it more?
Like the pose up dog, that one?
Yes.
Yeah, if it's already slipped forward, that can slip it further. Cause more damage to the low back.
Okay. If you have any questions specifically, give us a call, 303-713-TALK. Randy, we talked to Quality Auto Sound, and we'll come right back and see what they have to say. Suzanne does not look happy about it. So, and by the way, somebody said, Tom, you mentioned to that other guy, Wink and Wink. How do I find him? Here's the easiest way, winkandwink.com. Okay, it's 303-410-1720, but winkandwink.com is certainly the easiest way to find those bankruptcy attorneys.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
I mean, you don't want that kind of stuff. That's what we have to.
Now, Suzanne is big in power yoga, and she's coming in here all day. She loves power yoga.
I don't know if you saw mine too. Regional Breaks Plus managers on and wants to talk.
And at 4 o'clock.
So power yoga is bad?
I can see how it wouldn't be good for somebody who's not
Really, yeah. So if somebody has like severe, if they come in and they have a slip disc or herniation.
Yeah, no, they should be lifting weights either. They should be doing
people are
yoga.
told that they're like, just do yoga, low back pain will be fixed by yoga. And it's like, no, it's very specific. Like, you can't just do anything, friends. I see a lot of people that get hurt from it, and they come and see me. I'm like, stop doing that.
Because they don't.
They do something that they should.
But you're in good shape, so it's good for you.
And I don't like overdump my back and stuff when I'm in down dog.
Some people go so fast and they're not experienced, and then they have to prove themselves. So if you're experienced, you know your body, you can listen to your body, usually people are fine. General healthy person. If someone's not healthy, they shouldn't be doing that as a first thing.
But they should be doing a lot of like lift weights if they've got a slip disc.
There's a lot they can do. It's just they need somebody like me or somebody that's a PT or somebody that knows what they should be doing. It's just so to get like a one exercise routine not to do or do. Well, yeah, 95% of people can't do it. It's just
Are you ever sore after yoga?
Not sore like I can't walk, but that good muscle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like Pilates. Like if I'm going to do any sort of work like that, I'll do like a Pilates workout. But I usually do like I'll lift kind of heavy weights or cardio, kind of.
My yoga does sculpt too, weights and squats.
I'll do some like not CrossFit, but I'll do like the deadlifts and squats. Like I think squats are incredible. Barbell squats.
I don't do weights anymore.
Yeah, do yoga.
I did weights like this year and hurt my shoulder just for military class.
So this is why we do what we did before.
So anyway, as I was saying, we're never going to answer the one just to see.
But we're ready.
But when we have a specific cause, like let's say there's 2,000 people cheated.
But I think you're right. So many people overdo so many things.
Well, this work like this isn't necessarily functional. You ever like pick up a chair, or like pick up something to put on a shelf, and you pick up like this, like pick it up, kind of. Someone will grab it on the floor here, and they'll pick it up and put it up on the shelf. So that's more if you're going to do like functional exercise.
Oh, okay.
That would make more sense if you're not going to be just trying to build muscle.
And just like say, just doing it, I just hurt my shoulder and I had to clear up that shoulder. And it's just like, just got solution. It's well managed.
Yeah, it's irritating.
I don't have any issues whatsoever. I just
Here's what I want to know.
No, so I think on Thursday,
I got an email from you, so I'm ready to see it. Not 2 days? 2 days?
What?
In 2 days?
Yeah, I think it's 2 days. I can't check my email to see. I'm sure I came back on.
I'll just get it set up, right?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Let's go to the phones. We got
Mike Ketterscheit with us. Dave wants to talk about his quality auto sound experience. He had a similar experience. What happened, Dave?
Hi, Tom. I've just gone in to get a new stereo put in my older truck. It's an 02 GMC. Anyway, I went in, picked that stereo I wanted, fought off the upselling. I said, no, I just want this basic.
And stereo. I don't mind upselling, but then what?
Yeah, but I just wasn't there for that. I just wanted a basic replacement. Got it done. Go back to pick up the truck. Take off. Get to the next traffic light. Not even a block away. Step on the gas. Wasn't jackrabbiting it. Step on the gas, and the whole head unit comes out of my dash and falls on my seat.
And what happened, man? What did they say about it?
I turned back around, and they tried to tell me that was my fault.
How could it be your fault?
That's what I said. I said, I didn't install this thing, man. You guys didn't put the proper clips in here to keep this thing from falling out. And then, of course, the door panel came.
Did they fix? Did they help? Did they do anything?
But it took me 20 minutes to convince them that this was your fault. And then the door panel's coming off. Well, they broke a couple of the clips that mounted back into the actual door frame. So the inner door panel was loose.
Yeah. Well, listen.
I looked at it. All he did was throw on some.
It doesn't surprise me. Whenever we've had problems in the past, they've always been stupid problems. That one thing about the gift certificate was the stupidest thing I ever heard. There's just a lot of stupid things. So with Randy, they install a backup camera. It doesn't work. They tell him he has to get a stereo flash. He gets it flashed. Still doesn't work. The moron helping him says, yes, we can remove the system, but you don't get a refund. Well, is this can't, it can't be true. Suzanne, is it true?
Tom, I spoke to Pete up there, so here's the deal.
And does he sound reasonable?
Yes.
Okay, good.
This is a special order product. That's why they're not refunding. He says it
better work.
They says we have another one sitting here waiting to install that. If that doesn't work, then we'll refund them. But it was special order. That's why they're not just saying, here you go.
But hold on. Right, I understand that. But if they can't make it work, I don't care if it's a special order.
Well,
Suzanne, but you understand that, right?
I understand, but
if it doesn't
Randy's
work,
got to give them a chance to.
Right,
they think they got a bad unit.
That's right. And if they got a bad unit and they're willing to replace it, now Randy, they're willing to put in another unit.
And Randy, he thought you were going to be down there to get it installed.
So
he
Randy,
thought this was settled.
Randy, with all fairness to Quality Auto Sound, they said they would replace it with another unit. They think they have a bad unit. They did not say that tough, basically. But now hold on. I know the song you're going to sing because I've heard the tune. It is, well, now I don't trust them. I don't even want it. I am tired of dealing with them.
That's the song.
No, that's the song. I know, because it's first it's like, go away, we ain't gonna help. And then it's like, if I had to write the consumer opera, but please, I need help. No. And then all of a sudden, okay, Martino's involved, we'll get involved, we'll do it. And then the consumer, now. And there's another verse that I don't think you're singing. Not only do I want my money back, but I want... Okay, so anyway, that's the opera.
Right. No, that's not what I was going to say.
I know. What are you going to say? Sing it, Randy.
That's all I wanted to have done.
Okay.
Was to get it all corrected.
All right. Let's get it corrected.
I would not get a phone call back from them.
He said they were expecting you there. Suzanne, they said they thought this was settled and he was coming in for the...
I thought this was all settled.
Randy, truthfully, you didn't know about the second unit they wanted to install?
I did not know anything.
Come on, you knew nothing
for me to...
But did they mention they had another unit?
No, they did not.
Okay. And did that guy really say, well, we can remove it, but we can't give you a refund?
He did.
Okay. Well, that's not true according to this. Who was this guy with a brain?
I spoke to Pete, the manager there.
Good. Pete, thank you. So Pete says, go on and get it fixed, Randy. So let's give them a chance to fix it, and then we'll see. But, hey, handwriting on the wall. Handwriting on the wall for so many industries. I go back to Sears, Montgomery Ward. And is Kmart gone? Is Kmart gone?
I think it is, isn't it, Dan?
Craftsman Tools. I mean, I like Craftsman, though. Yeah. Also, then you have, like, newspapers. The death knell is, it's there. So what else is going away? Take a stab at it. What do you think? But the industry that got bigger, that got so big? Bicycles. Oh, my God. Bicycles. They have such technology. There's a bicycle that I absolutely love made in Fort Collins. It's a crazy bicycle. But I forget the name now. And it's so light. It's made with carbon fiber. But I was looking at one of these bikes, and the guy says, this one's 10 grand. And I went, no, I don't want to buy the car that pulls it with the trailer. I just want the bike.
I like that.
Not that SUV in the trailer. I just want the bike. No, seriously, a $10,000 bike. $10,000. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, and then one was $6,000. That was the cheaper one. Could you ever spend that? I guess if that's your life, you could. If you do a lot of cycling. Do you do any cycling, Doc?
I don't really do too much, but I don't think I'd spend
Is cycling good for the back or bad? Oh, I wonder about that. Like, you're leaned over, and how do you want to be on a bike? Do you want the normal handlebars? I say normal, meaning upright, or do you want to be crouched forward?
Well, I think most places will fit you. Like, if you go to a bike shop,
what do you like to see as far as posture on a bike? Do you, on a long run, do you want to be stretched out a bit?
A little bit, yeah. I want to see people that are fitted to their bike, though. That's usually the biggest problem. If someone's riding a bike, they end up being all like crouched up on there and they're not fitted properly, and that can cause some back issues. But bikers, a lot of times I'll see for low back pain for sure.
What about swimming?
Swimming, if it's good, it's good for the body, yeah. Especially if it's if you just have your joints aren't very strong and you need some rehabilitation in the water and moving around that way. It's incredible for it.
Swimming is good.
Yeah, the one thing about swimming that I don't like is the breaststroke can sometimes cause hip pain. Depending, because if you think about it, you're pushing your legs.
Breaststroke, are you face down doing that? No, that's a butterfly. I'm thinking. Well, the breaststroke is what?
You're face down and you're doing like the general kind of swim.
That's right.
And you're doing like the frog kick leg with the frog legs.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
and sometimes that can push a lot of pressure on the hips there. Yeah.
303-713-TALK. We have plenty of time to take calls. You may have questions for our chiropractor or just questions for me. You want to make a comment, and you may even hit and get. That means you get on, give your review on air, anything you want to say, uninterrupted, 15 seconds. If you're interested, more time will be given.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
There's a few highway slow spots in the metro area right now. Yeah, we'll do that next segment, right? Screaming deal next segment? Oh, for sure. So watch out for that. I love that. That's a great screaming deal.
Is that what you guys call it, the screaming deal?
Yeah. Then you gotta scream when you do it.
I gotta scream?
No. Yeah, there you go.
Like, I can't understand what you're saying. You're screaming.
I'm screaming, yeah. I don't know. Was it good or bad?
I don't know what he said, but I want it.
Bicycle people are absolutely passionate.
It's crazy. Yeah, 10,000 on a bike.
Oh, God. But, I mean, they are. So a friend of mine spent like $6,000 on it. Because he says, yeah, because it's lighter and stuff. I said, why are you riding bike? Aren't you doing it to get exercise? He goes, yeah. Well, wouldn't you want a heavier bike to get more exercise? And he goes, hey, there's a lot of competition out there.
These bikes are amazing. I love them. I love them.
I'll tell you, those electric bikes.
They're beautiful.
Those electric bikes are, for electric assist. And what an XL, what's the guy that said the XL? Jay. He's got it and stuff, and he said he can now ride like 25 miles an hour. Because there's an assist.
You can still exercise.
Yes.
Wait, where do you get those?
They're built into the bike and stuff, and so it's like an assist. They're expensive. They're expensive. But they got some really good ones.
Kurt Rogers from Affordable Interest Mortgage.
But do you see people who ride a lot of bike? I mean, it's bad on their whole body.
I always say personally, I don't like riding a bike because I hurt afterwards. Like I'm generally pain free. If I bike though, my hip and my low back.
Oh, really? Your hip? But I mean, it's bad for.
I think it's good. I mean, movement is good movement in general if you're cautious and you're not overdoing stuff. But what people want to do though is when bike riders are great, but they don't go from 0 to 1 mile per hour or 1 mile. They'll go, I haven't biked in months, and then I'll just go do a 40-mile bike, and then they come in like I'm in some pain. Right.
No, I say 200 miles. Just like a marathon, there's no way someone can tell me a marathon is good for you. There's no way.
Oh, the guy that originally did it died, didn't he?
Oh, what was that, Fox?
The story, that Olympics, original story about the Olympic tourist that ran from
Greece.
Yeah, and he ran in and gave a message and then died or something.
She wasn't trained for
it. That's true. Humans are designed to run.
Moderation.
Tom Martino here.
Let's talk. Ray, what's on your mind, Ray?
Tom, I just want to give props to Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
I heard him on your show.
Yeah.
What's it been, a month or so?
Yeah.
And I've had chronic back pain for years.
Yeah.
This gentleman, with this little magic tool.
I know it.
He nipped it.
Is that cool or what?
It is. You know what? At first, I was very skeptical.
Oh, I know. And you're thinking, what's this guy doing? He's playing games.
Right. He's not a bone crusher.
Right. No, he's not.
He's a master craftsman.
No, it's very targeted. And Ray, thank you very, very much for trusting us. And feel free to come and visit the show. John's got a question for Dr. Mike. Go ahead. And Dr. Mike has a the evaluation that he does with the X-rays, digital X-rays, and the thermal scan, and the consultation, and all of that, that is normally $50, and that alone is a deal. But he's doing it for the next 3 days only for $21. I'm going to give out his number and his website. $21 for a complete evaluation. Okay, what's going on? What's your question, John?
I have, or was told that I have a partially herniated disc in my neck, in my C6 area, and
who told you?
Surgeon, a neurosurgeon.
Okay, and what did he say to do?
Apparently, it's involved. I want to give you the short version, but basically, my neck got torqued. It's partially herniated, and as a result of that, I had a lot of pain across my shoulders, loss of strength in my upper arms. What I'm wondering is, because he was talking fusion and/or artificial disc replacement, and that both of those sound.
Artificial disc sounds better than fusion to me. I mean, fusion sounds dreadful, and it just puts more. I was always told it only puts more pressure above and below anyway, or especially below with a fusion.
Yeah, when you get a fusion, the segments above and below end up hypermobilizing to compensate for the segment that's not moving, which then breaks down the spine.
What do you know about the replacement disc?
I know that I think they end up like injecting it with some sort of concrete and inflaming it, like kind of expanding it. Is that what you mean?
No, I don't. I think they have actual discs they go in and put in, right, John?
That's what they were talking about.
New artificial disc. It's not a plastic, but it's a pliable material there. I mean, I hear wonderful things, but I don't know of anyone actually who had it done. You haven't either?
My basic question for the doctor is, what kind of things would he advise me to not do from just regular exercise and movement versus, treatments?
Yeah, for that kind of situation.
So, John, are you wondering just in general what you can do outside of getting treatment?
Yeah, I like to exercise. I like to stay in shape. I'm hesitant to exercise, and it's killing me because I'm so used to doing this all the time. I want to make sure that I can try and stay in shape without damaging myself.
Yeah, John, to be completely honest with you, the best way I could answer that is just by seeing you myself. I won't be able to give you...
But what do you think? Can you help with herniated discs in the neck? I mean, really, can you help with that situation?
Depending on the level of herniation, if it's just a level like a grade 1, it's possible to help for sure. If it's something further, the disc is actually destroyed and going into the spinal canal, causing issues neurologically, no, I wouldn't be able to help with that. But if it's just a little bit of a bulge,
if it's a little bit of
something that has been shown through chiropractic to be able to alleviate some of the symptoms for sure.
Some of the symptoms.
I think in my case it's more severe.
Oh, yeah. So
anyway,
but listen, man, I'll tell you this, John. Listen, hold on one sec. $21 is, but you know what? I'm going to ask him to even, just as an experiment, I'd just like to have him tell us what he finds with you. If you ever want to go down there to County Line and the Cross Street.
University
and County Line, Bright Light Chiropractic. It's you're going to love this guy. Here's what you do. You can go to brightenyourfamily.com and mention your name, that you're on the show with this neck thing, and he'll do a complimentary. Would you look at him complimentary just to see?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'll pay the $21. Don't worry about it. It's a $21 thing. Now, do they have to have it done in the next 3 days, or simply call to get that $21 deal? Do they have to call?
They have to just call or schedule it online before Thursday, or on Thursday's the last day.
And even as a new person, they can schedule online.
Correct. Yeah, as a new person. So as long as they schedule, even if it's later on, like in a week or two, that's fine. But as long as they get it scheduled, it has to be done
in the next 3 days. You have to schedule, and you can make it for the future, and you'll get the $21 evaluation, which is amazing. BrightenYourFamily.com. What were you going to say?
I just went and got it.
Oh, cool. He went online and scheduled it. Okay. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We do have time for a few more questions, but feel free to call in right now, and you can get right through. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. But if not, that's fine. I have plenty to talk about. Okay. So, does that hand activator do? It's shaped like, it looks like, for lack of a better term, a hypodermic needle, in that you hold it with your 2 fingers and your thumb and you plunge. And then when you plunge it, the tip, instead of being a needle, is more like a nylon or hard rubber end, and it delivers a force. And it goes click, and that force, and it's in a very targeted area. What is it doing?
Yeah, so the instrument's called an integrator. So what it does is it delivers a targeted approach. But what it's delivering
is a lot of pressure at one point.
It's definitely a frequency base. So it's firing at 1/10,000th of a second and vibrating the structures around it. Neurology in the bone, all of it vibrates to basically the correct frequency to counter an aberrant signal through the body, and then allow that your body to basically heal itself. So
it's like an applied acupuncture, but it's an acupressure, but not really that. It's an acupoke.
An acupoke.
An acupoke. Yeah. Paul, you want to rant? I'm going to give you 15 seconds more if you're clever. Okay?
I'm so ticked about these construction trucks running around Denver, Tom. I've lost 3 windshields in a month.
Bravo. I totally agree. I absolutely agree. I'm getting pissed off at it. So I do like that that deal, that rant. It was good. Debbie, welcome, Debbie. Debbie,
hello.
Hi.
Hey, do you have any reviews on Bell and Pollock, the attorneys?
We've had complaints about them in the past. We've also had people who use them in the past. They used to advertise with me in the past, and we had no problems when they advertised. I have only personal opinions, meaning I don't have anything really concrete. I just have personal opinions. I think Gary Bell's a great guy. He's a good guy. Right. Gary Bell, yeah, and I think Brad Polish just a grumpy. I don't like his personality, but that's just personal stuff. If you want to talk about lawsuits and their success rate, I don't know. I really don't. We've had a few complaints over the years about them. I know they do a show on the week. Do they still do a show on the weekend?
Yeah,
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we got them from, but my friends are having no success. It's been 8 months.
Well, here's the deal. I've had complaints like that before, but then I've also had good experiences. I don't have any affiliation with them. I don't have a dog in the fight one way or the other. All I can say is this. Your friend should get a free second opinion from any kind of good personal injury attorney. If you go on our site, and a good attorney, like, for example, John Fuller Law, on our site, he won't try to steal the client away. He will give them an honest-to-God opinion if they're doing an all-right job or not. And that goes for anyone who has any questions. You should always get a second opinion. You can do that with personal injury. Steve, what's going on with you, Steve? Steve?
Hey, are you there?
Yes.
Have you ever used Lee Redner?
Lee Redner, I've used him a lot. He's a hypnotherapist. My wife's used him. My other friends have used him. He is a great guy.
All right, well, I just want to
get your opinion. And it works. And no, he really works. He knows what he's doing. Now, with hypnotherapy, you have to be open. He's not going to make you do something against your will. If you truly have a desire to do something, what he does, I call it like a laser. So let's call desire light. You have a desire to quit smoking. It's light. It's shining all over the place. But it's not enough of a desire to really focus that light. What he does is he takes your brain and he talks to you and helps you focus that light into a laser. And then that laser can accomplish the purpose. But you have to have the light to begin with. So if you don't have the desire, he's not going to make you love something or hate something. You have to have a bit of a desire, and it doesn't have to be like mind over matter. He'll truly help you accomplish it, but you have to want to do it. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, brightenyourfamily.com. The next 3 days, if you sign up for an evaluation, just $21.
Do you worry about market risk? Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. Would you like to participate in market gains only and receive none of the down ever? Is this possible? Yes, it is. Does such a strategy exist? Yes, it does. Protect your nest egg. Call Tucker Financial. We've been helping folks find the right balance of security, income, and opportunity for 35 years. Call 303-734-1234 or visit retirewithtucker.com. That's 303-734-1234.
At CarMax, we'll buy your car, even if you don't buy ours. That's like your spouse saying, I got you something for our anniversary, but you don't have to get me anything, and actually meaning it. Or someone saying, oh no, you don't have to clean up. I cooked the dinner, so I'll